Good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. It's the WKYC Game of the Week for week number 2 in high school football. And tonight, we are indeed in Brunswick, the home of the Blue Devils, as the Brunswick will take on their rivals in the Greater Cleveland Conference, their backyard rivals here in Medina County, the Medina Bees. Both teams are coming into tonight's game 0-1, tough, close losses against a couple of conference heavyweights. We'll get to that in a second. I'm Dave DeNatale, happy to have you with us. And as rough as the weather was last week when we were out in Aurora and we had a storm delay and everything, it couldn't be nicer if it tried tonight, folks. I got to tell you, it's beautiful. Temperatures in the low 70s. Very little wind. There was wind here earlier. John Justice, the athletic director here at Brunswick, was telling me it was a little bit windy this morning and early afternoon, but it is just a gorgeous night for high school football here in early September between two teams that, quite honestly, both believe they're ready to take that next step. Now, Medina was a playoff team last year, and of course, everybody is eligible for the playoffs this year because of the way we're kind of operating here, and the season is kind of starting here for some teams some weeks and some teams other weeks. But we are in a situation where everybody's going to the postseason. Medina was 7-3 last year, and Larry Laird's team looked like they really were ready to take a step forward next year, for this year. And tell you the truth, they played Menor about as well as you can play the Cardinals last week. At one point before halftime, it was 20-19 Cardinals. And actually, the Bees had the lead, and then two things happened. One, their quarterback, Drew Aller, went down with an ankle injury. We'll get to him in a second. And then the other thing happened, the Bees tried to go for it on 4th and short, deep in their own territory, didn't get it. The Cardinals ended up tacking on a field goal before halftime, and really at that point, never looked back, ended up going on to win the football game. 37-19, but that score is deceptive. I mean, the Bees played well, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Larry Laird was very pleased with the way his defense stood toe-to-toe with Ian Kipp and that Cardinal explosive offense. So we'll see if that Medina defense shows again here tonight. But as far as Drew Aller's concerned, they expect him to go tonight if he can't. And it was good. I saw him out there in warm-ups. If he's not able to go tonight, then they will turn to Ryan Gillespie. And Gillespie actually started more games last year for the Bees than did Aller. And his 6 starts last year, Gillespie won 4 games. And he's a perfectly capable starter. But Aller's a guy with a big arm. And he's 6'5", 220 pounds. And he is getting looks from a lot of Division I schools, both MAC and including Pittsburgh. So, he's only a junior, and we'll get back to more here in a second. We're going to have the alma mater here, and then that will make way for the national anthem. So we'll let you enjoy that with us here for a moment. Actually, we'll hold it here for the anthem, for the alma mater. Then we'll pause for the anthem. Brunswick, on the flip side, in a slogfest last week here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium, lost to Euclid 14-7, but they controlled total yards, time of possession, just about every way you can control a game. The only problem was they couldn't finish drives, and they were 3 of 11 on third down conversions and just could not sustain anything. They would move the ball between the 20s or between the 30s, but just couldn't kind of take that next step and get touchdowns. And the Panthers have that capability of striking quickly, and they certainly were able to do that. But for Mark Pinzoni, much like Larry Laird, it's his 4th year after having success at other schools. And, Mark was an assistant here for a long time. He's got Brunswick ties to him all over. They really think that this is now, for the Blue Devils, their year to take the next step and move forward. And they like their defense, and they like their offensive line. Those would be 2 things that we'll watch for the Blue Devils tonight. They played defensively very, very well against Euclid last week, held the Panthers to just 5 first downs and 141 yards of total offense. That was it. Now, again, the weather wasn't great, but anytime you hold down Euclid like that, you've done well for yourself. And it looks like we are now ready here for the national anthem.
We would like to thank VFW Post 9520 and American Legion Post 234 for presenting the colors at tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and direct your attention to the southeast corner of the stadium for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
All right, the Brunswick Marching Blue Devils, with help from the VFW there on the national anthem here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium as we get closer and closer to kickoff. The Blue Devils and the Bees set to square off here. Battle of the great Medina County rivals who, again, I think if you look at the Greater Cleveland Conference, you think about obviously Menor and the power that they've been really over the last decade or more. And you think about Solon and Coach McQuaid and what he's done, and you think about Jeff Rotsky and Euclid. You get the feeling, though, that you know, the Bees and the Blue Devils, for that matter, think that the balance of power can maybe start to favor this part of Greater Cleveland a little bit. But that's only going to happen when you start getting wins. And you know, I think for both teams tonight, getting that victory. As you know, predominantly they're going to play in these 6 regular season games. You're going to be playing conference opponents to get yourself ready for a longer postseason. You know, winning a game like this tonight can really put you in a position to go far when we start getting into the playoffs and thinking about, you know, how deep we're going to go. Back to Brunswick, though, as Mark Penzoni's team is making their way onto the field and being and it saw the American flag being twirled there as Manny Fritz was leading them onto the field. You know, they lost 14-7, but if the Blue Devils are going to be successful tonight, they're going to have to be able to run the football and run it like they did last week. 48 carries, 221 yards on the ground for Brunswick. But again, they only converted 2 of 11 third down conversions. Ethan Fritz is their quarterback. Didn't have a lot of success throwing the football last week in the conditions, 4 for 12. What you will see them do is, in addition to Fritz, Jake Charette will get time at quarterback, and he's a change of pace kind of guy. And, you know, they'll find a way to get him the football running it, receiving, and also under center at quarterback or out of that pistol. So that'll be interesting to watch tonight, how they get the ball in his hands. But Nick Vadini, Brandon Koenig, Andrew Haber are a 3-headed monster running the football for the Blue Devils tonight. And running behind what I think Mark Penzoni believes can be one of the best offensive lines in not just the Greater Cleveland Conference, but in all of Northeast Ohio and maybe even in the state, with Tomas Rymack at left tackle on his way to West Virginia, Mountaineer, and then Evan Savastos at right tackle, a very fine junior who's getting better. Those two guys are going to be relied on tonight to open up holes for the Blue Devils. And we will see that Blue Devil offense on the field first. Conan Sam going back deep to receive, and he'll be joined back there by Jake Dye, who will be in the middle, and then David Hamrick will be over to the left. So we are ready to get underway here. Unlike last week, no storm delays. beautiful weather here for an early September matchup between two great Medina County rivals, and we are underway. Looked like an attempted onside kick, but it was a nice job by the Blue Devils to pounce on it on their first line, and they'll recover it at their own 48-yard line. Nick Vedini was able to pounce on it, so Larry Laird trying to maybe catch the Blue Devils off guard a little bit with an onside kick, but Brunswick did a good job pouncing on it, and they'll have the football near midfield to start the game. Ethan Fritz, a quarterback. Nick Vedini, who recovered that onside kick, is the starting running back. Kyle Charette at tight end. They also use him as an H-back. Conan Sam, Jake Dye, and J.D. Serwatka are the wide receivers. Rymack and Savastos will anchor that offensive line. Jack Pasek, Nate Wagoner, and Brandon Rick rounded out. 1st and 10 Blue Devils spotted at their own 49 as they are underway. And it'll be Vedini running left side. He'll get into B territory and take it down to the Medina 47. And he's brought down there by defensive end Dorian Boylan. Boylan up front with Zach Zaccaro and Andrew Delac, and then a good group of linebackers for the Bees. Matt Hamula and Nathan Spatney anchor them with Connor O'Neill and Zach King. We'll check the rest of the Bees offense, or Bees defense, I should say, for you in a second. Ball inside the Medina 47, so about a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. High snap, Fritz pulls it down. He'll hand it off. That time it was Haber getting the carry, and he'll be pushed back for a loss of about 2. Connor O'Neill was able to shoot the gap to help make the tackle. They'll spot it back at the 48, so called about a loss of 1.5 yards and bring up a 3rd down and 8. Keon Johnson, Wade Schmidt, Aaron Jensen, Brennan Schramm, and Hunter Stratton. Stratton's a good one. Make up that defensive secondary for the Bees. 3rd and long, 3rd down and 8 for Brunswick. Just inside the Bees' 48-yard line. Just getting underway here in the first quarter. As Fritz looks over to Mark Pinzoni, gets the call, ready to go, looks to throw, fires over the middle, pass caught, 1st down and more, to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, to the 10, 5, and in for the touchdown is Jake Charette. Well, we said they'd like to get him the football any way possible, whether as a quarterback, as a runner, or in that case as a receiver. That's a 48-yard touchdown pass. Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette. Once Charette got to the outside, he had one man to beat and was able to get to the pylon first. Boy, that's got to make Mark Pinzoni on the offense here absolutely beaming because of all the problems they had last week executing on 3rd down and executing on scores. Took them just over about a minute and a half here to grab the early lead. Noah Barzak for the extra point. He was 1 for 1 last week. There's a bit of a delay here. All right, now they've set the play clock. 10:34 to go, first quarter, 48-yard touchdown pass. And Barzak's extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0 Brunswick on the Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette touchdown pass. That is quite a start. And it was one of those things. And look, I've followed Larry Laird's career for a long time, especially when he was an assistant at Avon Lake and then for a time was also the head coach. He's a gambler. And he tried, we mentioned it during the pregame last week, with Medina having it inside their own 30-yard line with about a little under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Went for it on 4th and 3, didn't get it. You know, and they started tonight, wanted to see if they could catch the Blue Devils napping and get the onside kick. Didn't work, and it set Brunswick up with great field position, and they executed the 48-yard touchdown pass, the pitch and catch from Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette. And there was a penalty, you might have heard, after the touchdown, and it moves the Blue. It was a penalty on the Bees. And it moved the football all the way up to the Medina 45. So Gavin Ernst, who does the kickoffs for the Blue Devils, is not going to have to work very hard to get this into the end zone here, if that's what they choose to do. That's exactly what he'll do. And, well, sure enough, though, we have a penalty. offsides on the Blue Devils. So that'll drive you crazy as a coach. So now Ernst will have to kick it now from midfield. Juwan Jackson is back deep to receive, and he didn't even, before that last kick, he didn't even bother to look up. But now he may, with 5 yards here, he may take this a little bit more seriously. 7-0 Blue Devils on the Fritz to Charette touchdown pass. And after the penalty here, actually 2 penalties, one on the Bees, one on the Blue Devils, Ernst will try it again. And this will sail over Jackson's head into the end zone, touchback. And we will see the Medina Bees on offense here for the first time tonight. Drew Aller is going to start at quarterback tonight. There will be very little running from the Medina Bees tonight. I said Aller was going to start. He was in the huddle, but he's not going out there. And for the moment, it's going to be Ryan Gillespie. Aller is dressed and was warming up, but this early in the season, and we may still see him, but at least for this drive, we will see Gillespie. But it doesn't matter. Whether it was Gillespie or Aller, you will not see a lot of runs tonight here for Medina. They will throw it and throw it often. I think there were actually 3 running rushes to a running back last week on first down. So I say that, here's a running play. It's at the 20-yard line out to about the 22, maybe the 23. We'll spot who got the carry. Yes, I think that was Luke Hensley, who was the ball carrier there. And Hensley is their leading receiver, had 10 catches for 107 yards last week, but he's in there as the deep man in the backfield. As a matter of fact, the Bees are going in a triple stack look. This, again, something you don't see. Pitch out, Hensley, but he wants to throw. He's got a man open. Pass caught at the 50 to the 45, down to the 44-yard line goes Michael Rodak. Rodak on the reception. Jake Dye makes the tackle, but they tried to pitch out one way with Luke Hensley, and the Blue Devils were ready for it. Little trickeration, weren't quite as ready, and suddenly now it goes to the air raid and 5 wide receivers, and Aller is in there. He's back to throw, being pressured, in trouble, down he goes. Quentin McKinley, talented senior linebacker, comes in with his first sack of the season. McKinley, along with Tomas Rymack, 2 guys that have been with Mark Pinzoni basically since he took, kind of came back and restarted the program. And those guys are really being relied on to make big plays. And McKinley just shot in from the blind side, and Aller had no chance. Big loss all the way back to Medina 42. It's a loss of 14. 2nd and 24. Aller lofts one left side looking for Jackson, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Conan Sam. We're going step for step at about the 30-yard line. Luke Hensley, Juwan Jackson, Matt Rudolph, Cody Grote are your starting wideouts along with Rodak. And we may see Boyland as a runner. He may come in and get some opportunities there, but that's basically your wide receiver alignment. Gavin Rodak, Otto Waite, Jack Pilarski, Vincent Fall, and Kyle Schultz are on the offensive line for the Medina Bees. Well, you got a play call here. Larry Laird has one for just about everything. 3rd, and we'll call it 25. They have to get all the way to the Blue Devil 33-yard line. They'll set up a middle screen. Pass is caught. Making the catch is Grote. He will go nowhere. It's Quentin McKinley again for another TFL. Back to the 38-yard line. Just try a middle screen. If Grote breaks it, he at least gives you some breathing room, but McKinley stayed home, knew exactly what was happening, and makes the play. Hensley will come in to punt the football. Impressive stand. After the trick pass from Luke Hensley to Michael Rodak, Blue Devils really stiffen up with a sack and a TFL. And also, Conan Sam made a nice pass breakup on the pass intended for Jackson. Good snap Hensley rolls to his right, gets the kick away, and Dye will make the fair catch at his own 28-yard line. 8:10 to play here in this opening quarter. Brunswick out to a 7-0 lead if you're just joining us on a 48-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette. Reminder, everybody, while we're bringing you this game here tonight, make sure you are checking out WKYC.com. We will have our score stream up all night long, keeping you posted as to what's happening elsewhere. We'll hopefully hear from Tyler Carey in the post game, but due to a lot of breaking news we've had over the last 12 hours or so, we aren't able to do that. And first down, the Blue Devils go on the ground. Nick Vedini with a couple of nice moves, and he'll get a first down running to his left outside the numbers to about the 39-yard line. Zach King makes the tackle, but Vedini gets 11 and a first down. Actually, give him 12 to the 40-yard line. He averaged about 9 yards per carry last week in the loss to Euclid. Nick had 9 carries for 82 yards. He, Koenig, and Haber will all see time running the football tonight. Back on the ground, Vedini, this time he goes nowhere as Nick Manley got the first hat on him. He bounced off the pile and then ended up losing about a half yard back to about the 39-yard line. But really credit Nick Manley for the penetration that time for the Bees. 6'3", 250-pound defensive tackle. He's up there again with Boyland. And then you've got some experience with Zaccaro and also Farrell. Second down, only called about 11. As in motion goes Charette, and they'll go back on the ground. It's Vedini again, and again he goes nowhere. It's a good surge by the Bees defense. Matt Hamula came in along with Nick Manley on the tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Hamula had a great game last week in the loss to Menor. 10 tackles and an interception, also a TFL. 5'10", 185-pound junior. Pair him with Nathan Spatney, and that's really why, Medina feels so good about their defense this year. 3rd and about 11 here as Fritz will go to the shotgun. In motion, Jake Charette going to his left. On 3rd and long, on the ground. And again, it's Vedini, and again, he goes nowhere. 3 runs. And the Bees really did a good job stringing that one out. Andrew Delac, along with Nick Manley, called Nick Manley, named 3 times on that stop. And the Blue Devils, after Vedini gets that first run, have a stalled drive, and we'll see Dye to punt it away to Jawan Jackson. Jake Dye averaged 35 yards per kick last week. 5:59 and counting to go first quarter, 7-0 Brunswick as Dye's kick is away. Good high kick, backpedaling Jackson at the 12-yard line, runs to the outside and has some room to the 20, goes to the 25 and brought down at about the 26-yard line. Pretty good return, although the flag is down, not far from where Jackson was run out of bounds in the area where you might expect some kind of an illegal block or a hold. I guess all personal foul, but the penalty is going to go against Medina. Yeah, it was a signal. I'm glad I wasn't the only one up here who wasn't sure what that call was. But it's going to take the Bees back inside the 10. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 9 here, I believe. Well, I don't know if the officials are exactly sure, and they may actually have a quick powwow here to discuss it. Might be at the 12. Yep. The consensus is it'll be at the 12. So that's where they'll spot it. Essentially a 15-yard penalty, though. So maybe it was some kind of a personal foul, but it wasn't sure what they did after the initial signal. So the Bees will start, though, in poor field position as Aller set to go with 5 wides on first down. High snap, pulls it down, has time, rolls to his right, in trouble. Now he throws, and the pass is caught near the 20-yard line. Dangerous pass for Aller, and looked like the pass was caught and then intercepted. It was. As Cody Grote had the football, and then Luke Petrowski from his safety spot came in and stole it away from him. That's a tremendous job by Petrowski, a 6 foot, 190-pound junior, to steal it away from Cody Grote. Well, it was a dangerous pass anyway by Aller. It was in triple coverage. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, they're going to reverse. Normally in those situations, that's why I was surprised it was an interception. Normally in those situations, if it's dual possession or joint possession, they give it to the offense, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So wipe out the interception by Petrowski. Give him credit, though, for the effort. And instead, it's a 7-yard completion, Aller to Grote. 2nd and 3 for the Bees. Near disaster for Medina. Here's Aller. Looks left, throws left, pass caught. First down to the 28 to the 29-yard line. Matt Rudolph on the catch. And he stopped right about at the 30-yard line. So it gets about 11 on that pickup. And a Medina first down. Let's see if that kind of settles Medina down a little bit here. Approach 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Aller looks left, throws. Grote with the catch. And he's going to be trapped in the backfield back at the 25-yard line. Just not able to get those bubble screens away from those Brunswick linebackers here in the early going. And Quentin McKinley amongst those to really kind of bust up the play. Kyle Charette, another linebacker, also over there. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Aller ready, gets the shotgun snap, steps up, rolls right on that tender ankle, throws deep into double coverage, and the pass incomplete, almost caught though by Hensley on what would have been a circus catch at the 34-yard line. Well, they're calling that a catch? No. Wow. I'm telling you, I had a really good look at it from up here. When he went out of bounds, the ball was separated from him. They're going to give that a huge reception to Luke Hensley. And Mark Pinzoni's upset. I get it. It was a great effort, but he did not have it when he went out of bounds. Aller's throw is caught. Rudolph with it at the 20 makes a nice sidestep move to the 18-yard line, and another first down for the Bees. And it's got to give Larry Laird and Drew Aller credit. Didn't give the officials a chance to talk about it. Went right to the ball, took advantage of the call, and now they're set up inside the Blue Devil 20 on a first down. From the Brunswick 17, Aller looks right, lofts one towards the end zone for Hensley, and that one is incomplete. Jake Charette did not give Hensley a lot of maneuvering room there over on the right side of the field. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I give Luke Hensley all the credit in the world. That was a great effort. It was almost, as I said, it was almost a circus catch, but it happened right on the Brunswick, by the Brunswick bench where the Brunswick sideline is and the fans are, and everybody had a good look at it from this side of the stadium. Aller looks left, now looks over the middle, fires one inside the 10. The pass is caught about the 7-yard line, and that time on the reception is Larry Laird is using everybody. I think that was Brennan Schramm on the catch. It was. And it sets up a 1st and goal at the 7. Aller ready, looking, flags down. He lofts one, looks for Schramm in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. It's going to be a holding coming up on Medina. But you can see, though, why college scouts love the arm of Drew Aller. I mean, he's absolutely got a cannon. And he's moving pretty well, all things considered, on that tender ankle. Larry Laird really would like that offensive line to make it so Aller doesn't have to bounce around the pocket a whole lot tonight, but has had to do so a couple of times here. So that holding penalty moves the football back to the Blue Devil 24. It's 1st and goal from there for Medina. Aller looks over the middle, pass incomplete, a little bit too high for Drew Hensley. You've got Luke Hensley, and then you've got Drew Hensley. That was the younger brother Drew on that missed attempt there. Drew Hensley had 2 catches last week, 6'2", 190 pounds. 2nd and goal, 4:14 to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 in favor of the Blue Devils, but Medina's knocking on the door. But they've got a 2nd and 24 here to work with. 2nd and goal from there. Here's Aller. Plenty of time. Over the middle. Pass is caught. It's Cody Grote. And he'll get knocked down at the 10-yard line by the Blue Devils secondary. I saw Xavier Whipke on the tackle. The defensive backs there. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 10. Much more manageable now, though, for Medina. 3rd and goal. Again, that 5-wide look here for Medina. Aller looks to the end zone, fires to the end zone. It is caught. Luke Hensley's got it. Touchdown, Medina Bees. 3rd hookup of the year already between Drew Aller and Luke Hensley for a touchdown. And for Drew Aller, that is his 4th touchdown pass of the season. The Bees within an extra point of tying the football game. Well, again, give Medina credit. They had a fortuitous call go their way. Really, you can argue they had 2 fortuitous calls go their way, and they took advantage of it. Ryan Miller for the extra point. Good snap and hold. Michael Rodak will hold it down, and that kick is up, and it is good. So Medina strikes back and ties the ball game at 7 apiece on that 10-yard touchdown pass. But if you think about that drive, I mean, you had the near interception by Luke Petrowski, which initially was called a pick on the joint possession, the dual possession with Petrowski and Cody Grote. They ended up giving the reception to Grote. And then on the long pass, Aller just kind of threw it up for grabs, and Luke Hensley made what appeared to the officials to be a terrific catch. From our vantage point, again, we've got a pretty good angle. It looked like when Hensley went out of bounds as he had lost possession of the football, but officials didn't see it that way. And again, the Bees took advantage and tied the ball game at 7. That's Conan Sam, Jake Dye, Dave Hamrick will all go back deep to receive this kick. Now, the first time Medina tried to kick off tonight, they tried an onside. We'll see if they try to boot something along here. It's actually not Ryan Miller who does the long kicks. That's Nick West, who is the long distance kickoff man here for the Bees. And this time it will be the ordinary kick, and it'll be Dye with the catch at the 11-yard line. He'll run middle of the field to the 25, finds a seam at the 30, outside 35, gets a block to the 40, Dye to the 50, down the right sideline, and got knocked out of bounds into the Medina bench at about the B41-yard line. A terrific return, though, by Jake Dye, and the Blue Devils set up a good field position. I seem to have lost my pen. All right, now we can resume here. 3:34 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 tie as both quarterbacks with touchdown passes. Drew Aller to Luke Hensley, and for the Blue Devils, Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette. They'll mark it at the Medina 42-yard line. A fine return by Luke Dye, by Jake Dye, I should say. He had some good blocking and was able to spring it to the right side of the field to get more yards there. Pistol look this time for the Blue Devils. On that short shotgun, Fritz sets up a little bubble screen. Conan Sam has it, got a nice little block inside the 40. Took it down to the 37-yard line. Gets about 5 on that reception. Sam had the only touchdown of the game for the Blue Devils last week. It was on a 4-yard touchdown run. So they'll get it to him. Much like Jake Charette, they'll find a way to give him the ball, even on a jet sweep. 2nd and 5. B showing blitz, and courtesy of Matt Hamula, who's trying to read the snap and dart in. The Blue Devils are going to get a gift first down. Yeah, Hamula was just trying to anticipate the snap and dart in there, and all of a sudden he went over the line of scrimmage and just kind of shook his head. You know, as coaches, you love the You love the enthusiasm, you love the aggressiveness, but not when it costs you yardage like that. Well, I said it was going to be a first down, but they actually, I think, are going to say it's going to be second and real short, second and less than a yard. So it's not quite a first down. Although now they're going to measure. All right. 3:01 to go here in the first quarter. Happy to have you with us tonight from Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium on a gorgeous night here in Medina County. Dave DeNatale with you. WKYC Game of the Week. And it is indeed short. Mark Benzoni wanted to know how long they were going to need here to get the first down, and it's second in inches, less than inches. At the sideline huddle here and run a play here on second and short. You can do all kinds of things here. I'm looking at the right. There are trips to the right side, including Conan Sam and Jake Charette. And I would look in that direction. They're going to keep it. Fritz will roll to his right, try to get the first down running, and I don't think he got it. If anything, he lost on the play. Nathan Spatney from his linebacker spot helped lead the charge for the Bees, and really now it's third and a full yard. So that was a loss of a yard on the play. Just trying to do a little student body right there with quarterback Ethan Fritz, and the Bees weren't buying it. Ball at the right hash at the Medina 33-yard line. It's 3rd and 1 here for Brunswick. They'll stay in the pistol. It's a tight look here. And it will be a keeper for Fritz. He'll get the first down. Got upended as he got to the 30-yard line by Spatney. Actually, no, it was, it was Jake Charette who carried it. And again, they'll use him in place of Fritz at times to kind of shake things up. And that's exactly what they did there. Good tackle by Spatney because Charette had gotten to what looked like to the second level there. And it's a good job by Spatney to close that hole, but it is a first down. Fritz back in a quarterback in the shotgun, trips to his left. He's back to throw, looking left, fires left, and the pass is deflected and incomplete. Dorian Boylan got a paw on that football, and he was hoping that they were going to call it a lateral and then go grab it. Now, nice try, though. 2nd down and 10. The pass was intended for Jake Dye. Man, you can see, though, these B linebackers, they're quick. And Boylan used to be a linebacker. They've moved him up to the end here, but he's got linebacker speed. 4 wide here on 2nd down and 10. In motion, Charette, and they'll get it to him. A little quick hitter to the left on a little bubble screen to the 25. Actually, probably was a run. And Charette goes out of bounds close to the first down. And actually, they're going to say it's a first down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Yeah, that may have been behind the line of scrimmage. But again, it's figuring out how to give the ball to your best offensive player in space. And that's exactly what the Blue Devils did, and they get the first down. Ball at the 19-yard line. As they'll go on the ground, and it's Koenig gets the carry this time. And he'll plunge ahead for about a yard or so. Very little running room there. Andrew Delac made the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as we approach 1 minute to play here in this first quarter. 7-7 tie here between the Bees and the Blue Devils. This time Nick Bedini back in at running back. He'll stand to the right of quarterback Ethan Fritz with 3 wide receivers. Dye goes in motion. They'll give to him on the jet sweep, running to his right inside the 20. Makes a nice move to the 16, down to the 15-yard line. And again, Nick Manley over there on the tackle. What a terrific first quarter for the 250-pound junior, Nick Manley. So the market at the 15, it's a 3rd and 6. We are under 40 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Blue Devils have to get inside the 10, close to the 9, to keep this drive going. 3rd and 6. Fritz ready. Play clock is at 7. as he looks over to the sideline here. Going to have to hurry. Play clock at 3, 2, 1, and they have to burn a timeout. And, I mean, Mark Pinzoni just got that timeout in there as the clock was going under 1 second on the play clock. So the Blue Devils will talk about it here with 13 seconds to go in this first quarter, facing a 3rd and 6 at the Medina 15-yard line. Just joining us, Brunswick scored first on a 48-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette, which saw a lot of Jake Charette's broken field running abilities there downfield and some good blocking from his wide receiver comrades. And then Medina, a few moments ago, responded with a 10-yard touchdown pass. Drew Aller was able to hit Luke Hensley for the touchdown, and that's where we're at right now, 7-7 tie. It's interesting that the way the schedule is working this year. Brunswick played Euclid last week. Medina played Menor. You've got now Medina and Brunswick playing here tonight, and then Menor and Euclid squaring off. Everything in this Greater Cleveland Conference kind of in tight clusters here because they wanted to make sure they could get some, as many games as possible scheduled. 3rd and 6 now for the Blue Devils out of the timeout. A 7-7 tie late in this first quarter. Receiver right. We got 2 to the left. As Fritz being blitzed, he'll set up a screen. Vedini has it inside the 15. He'll take it down to about the 11. It's going to be short of the first down by about 2 yards and set up a 4th and short. And it looks like we'll see the field goal unit come in here. At least that was my first thought. Let's see. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to go for it here. Clock stops with 8 seconds to go. They're going to go for it here. Charette will be the quarterback in this play. So, of course, you got to watch for a quarterback keeper. Conan Sam out wide left. 8 seconds to go, first quarter. Brunswick going for it here, 4th and 2 at the 11. And it'll be a snap to Charette running left. Gets the first down, goes to the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Blue Devils. Wade Schmidt knocked Jake Charette out of bounds, but you kind of knew that was coming. Somehow it was going to be Jake Charette getting the football and an opportunity to extend the drive, and that's exactly what he did. It'll be 1st and goal. As they're actually going to mark it right inside the 2 at the 1-yard line. Let's see, they've started the play clock. And the Blue Devils will have to run a play here, though. Still 3 seconds here to go in this first quarter. 1st and goal at the 1. Jake Charette out of the pistol, gets the snap, turns, gives. It's Nick Bedini. He'll take it in. Touchdown, Brunswick Blue Devils, as the first quarter comes to a close. Jake Charette with a big drive there. He's had a big night so far for the Blue Devils. He helps to ignite that 1st and goal situation on the 4th down run, and then gives to his teammate Nick Bedini to cap it off with a 1-yard touchdown run. That's Bedini's first of the year. Noah Bartzak for the extra point. As the first quarter has come to a close, that extra point is up, and it is good. Blue Devils back in the lead 14-7 as we will switch sides and head to the second quarter. 14-7, Brunswick on top. Just what the Blue Devils needed. They kind of looked like offensively it stalled a little bit and got the football back in the hands of Jake Charette. And good things have happened tonight when they've done that. Charette already with a touchdown catch and a couple of nice runs on that drive. So back and forth we go here. 14-7, Brunswick has retaken the lead here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. always one of the best stops of the year. This is one of the premier stadiums in high school football anywhere in Northeast Ohio, in my opinion. And of course, that's for a media perspective because it's spacious and it's nice. John Justice, the athletic director, takes good care of us. But this is it's great sight lines. It's easy to get to. It's a terrific stadium, a beautiful field turf. And it's always seems like when you have to come through Brunswick a lot of times to get to a state championship, especially in divisions 1 or 2, maybe even 3, but usually division 1 or division 2, a key postseason game is played at this stadium as Gavin Ernst will kick it off. Bees have 3 back deep to receive, and this will be returnable. Jackson has it at about the 7-yard line. At the 8, goes forward to the 20, and then pushed back there. I think Quentin McKinley was down on special teams, made that tackle. So the Bees will start just shy of their own 20. They're going to mark it right about the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, but we'll see here what kind of look here Medina will start. They started the game going with the ground game, set up like kind of a wide receiver pass for Luke Hensley, and then since then it's been the air raid as we expected tonight for Medina. Very, very few runs, and it's an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. And checking in here, Blue Devils ready to go. 1st and 10, Bees down now 14-7 as Aller looks to throw on 1st down. Has time over the middle, pass is caught. Rudolph's got it to 30 and goes forward to the 35-yard line for a 1st down. Luke Petrowski and Jake Dye combined on the tackle, but that's a gain of about 15 and a 1st down for the Bees. So move it to left hash here, right about at the 35-yard line. So give him actually 16 on that completion. On 1st down, Aller fakes the jet sweep, rolls to his right, has time, looks, stops, fires, and incomplete. Just had nowhere to throw it. Is good coverage downfield by the Blue Devils. And finally, Don Vossel, the defensive end on the other side of Tomas Rymack, Vossel kind of was able to get some pressure and force Aller to finally get rid of that football. We'll call Rymack's number a lot on the defensive side. He is heading to West Virginia because of his offense. High snap for Aller. He pulls it down, looks to throw, and Rudolph with the catch at the 41-yard line and immediately put down there. Andrew Haber, the middle linebacker, on the tackle. It's a gain of about 6 there on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and 4 as we go to 11 minutes to play, 1st half. 14-7 Brunswick. Aller on 3rd down, looks right, throws right, pass dropped. Rare drop by Luke Hensley over on the right side. He was trying to catch and run and didn't pull in the football. And I would imagine in this situation, Larry Laird might go for it right here. A couple yards on the field, and yeah, they're going for it. If you're going to go for it inside your own 20 to 30-yard line against Menor, you're going to go for it at your own 41 against Brunswick. I mean, that's just the way they're going to do. Aller, 4th and 4, has time, looks deep right side, overshoots his intended receiver down the right sideline. I think he was looking for Hensley again. He was trying to get the ball back to Luke, but instead it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 at the Medina 41. That's the problem, though, with being a gambler is you don't get the 1st down and you give your opposition great field position. Right, did everything right there. Did the Bees. Luke Hensley just wasn't able to pull in that 3rd down pass for what would have been a 1st down and probably would have been able to get the football into Brunswick territory. Instead, the Blue Devils are going to take over now at the Medina 41. J.D. Serwaka goes wide left. Got 2 receivers, including Dye over here to the right. On 1st down, it'll be a give to the right. Nick Bedini trying to get to the outside, can't do it. Connor O'Neill brought him down for a loss back at about the 42. Again, those Medina linebackers, quick and talented. 2nd and 11 coming up. Jake Charette back in there. And they're going to get Andrew Haber in at running back. We got Charette, Conan Sam, and J.D. Serwaka all out wide left. Jonah Clement here on the near side right. And they'll look to Clement, and he had the catch, and the ball was then knocked away from him by Hunter Stratton at the 36-yard line. And there's a flag down as well. And the early indication is an ineligible receiver downfield against the Blue Devils. The penalties have been a factor both teams here early going. We'll move it back 5 yards to the 47-yard line. And now you're looking at 2nd and 16 for the Blue Devils. Again, same look. Trips receivers left, and the lone man to the right is Clement. Back to throw, Fritz. In trouble. He'll tuck and run. He's got some room to the 40, outside to the 36-yard line and put down there. Good piece of running by Fritz, and a good job by his left guard, Jack Pasek, to help spring him loose. And got back all those yardage loss and then some, so brings up a 3rd down and manageable. So about 11 on that pickup. It'll be a 3rd and 5. Serwaka, Dye, and Sam will go all out wide left. To the right is Jonah Clement. 3rd and 5. Fake the handoff. Fritz with a flag down. Tried to just do a little shovel pass to Andrew Haber. It's incomplete. It was a little bit high, but again, there's a flag down, so I don't think it would have mattered anyway. It's a holding against the Blue Devils. That was one thing last week. In the first half of the game down in Medina, Menor had issues with Medina's blitzing and their linebackers getting in the backfield and made the adjustments in the second half, but that's why I think we're seeing some of these penalties. So that holding, move it back now to the Medina 49-yard line. And now it's another long yardage situation. It's a 3rd and 18 after they just gotten out of the hole earlier. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, and Mark Pinzoni will take a timeout. Second timeout of this first half for the Blue Devils. 10:04 to go, second quarter. Brunswick 14, Medina 7. Brunswick scoring on a 48-yard Ethan Fritz to Jake Charette touchdown. And then after Medina came back and got a 10-yard touchdown pass from Drew Aller to Luke Hensley, Blue Devils got a 1-yard plunge for a score by Nick Bedini. For tonight's game, nice ceremony on the field. It's a senior band night here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium, so all the members of the marching band were honored with their family. And it's a difficult situation for everybody because there's only so many people that are allowed at the stadium, and it's priority is given to family. So a lot of times, your friends and loved ones are missing out on things like that. So it's important that family is still able to be here for things like that. And it was a nice pregame celebration, really. So out of the timeout, Nick Bedini back in at running back. He'll stand next to Fritz. We'll go to that short shotgun, that pistol look now. 3rd and 18. Fritz will set up a bubble screen. Conan Sam has it at the 50. Spins away from a would-be tackler. Looks to get to the outside and can't do it. Ryan Farrell came in and made a terrific tackle at the line of scrimmage. I mean, Sam had to run about 15 yards and ended up getting nothing there because of the effort. If Farrell doesn't make the tackle and Sam can get to the outside, Blue Devils might have had something going there, but instead they're going to have to punt it away here as Jake Dye will punt it to Brennan Schramm. Schramm in single safety at his own 10-yard line. That was a fine tackle, though, by Ryan Farrell. Good snap here, and Dye will try to pin the Bees back here. Schramm will let it go, and Quentin McKinley will down it at about the 15-yard line because it was going to take a Blue Devil bounce. Actually, about the 16 is where they'll spot it. Heads-up play there by the senior. So the Bees will get it back, 9:09 to play in the first half, in a 14-7 Brunswick lead. But just when you thought that the momentum was really turning towards Brunswick, and maybe an opportunity to tack on that to that 7-point lead, a couple of costly penalties for the Blue Devils. Football back to the Bees now. 1st and 10. Aller will step up from the 17, throws right and incomplete, trying to get it to Schramm. And had to throw it on his back foot there, incomplete. Joey Peters was back there on the coverage. I'll bring up a 2nd and 10. As we said, Aller suffered that ankle injury last week. Looks, as long as he doesn't have to move laterally, he looks like he's okay with it. He's ready to go now on 2nd down. Delay blitz. Aller throws, has Schramm open. Oh, makes a beautiful catch for a 1st down at the 36-yard line. Went up high and made a one-handed catch coming down with the football. Great effort by Brennan Schramm. 1st down Bees. It's a gain of 20. Well, you won't see many better catches than that. Aller will keep it on 1st down. Does a little hook slide for short yardage to the 38-yard line. Only about a yard there on the play. You know, you wonder why, geez, you know, wouldn't it be better to run the football every now and then? When you have as many talented receivers as the Bees do have, that's why you throw it so much. And, of course, with a quarterback like Aller, that helps. He throws, pass caught, 1st down to the 45 of the Blue Devils, down to the 44. On that reception, it's Drew Hensley, and he'll have a 1st down for the Bees at the Brunswick 44. And Aller just kind of whipped that one over the middle to Drew Hensley. Bees on the move, down 14-7. They move it up to the 43. Aller to throw. Good penetration. Lofts one right side for Jackson. Incomplete. Flag goes down at the 10-yard line, and a penalty coming up on the Blue Devils. Somebody was face guarding Jawan Jackson there. That's going to be and again, Mark Benzoni, who's not been overly pleased, I think, with some of the officiating tonight. Standing out just shy of the 20, trying to make his voice be heard. And as much as you can with social distancing, is that penalty will move it forward. Let's see where they're going to mark this here at the 28-yard line. So another penalty on the Blue Devils. Now, a 1st down for the Bees. From the 28, Aller looks right for Hensley in the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Luke Hensley. For the 2nd time tonight, Drew Aller and Luke Hensley hook up for 6. And with exactly 8 minutes to play here in the first half, it's 14-13, Brunswick by a point. Well, Aller with a soft touch on the right side. Hensley kind of turned one way for it, turned the other way, and made the catch in the end zone. Luke Hensley now with 4 touchdown catches in the first 2 weeks of the season, and Drew Aller has 5 touchdown passes. Miller for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and we're all knotted up at 14 apiece. Shootout here at Brunswick Automart Stadium. All tied at 14. It's early season for the public address announcer, too. and for the broadcasters. I can't tell you, I mean, how many times in the course of calling a game during a season, you say, you know, instead of saying, you know, Medina, you might say Menor, you say, you know, instead of Strongsville, you might say Solon or something. It just happens. But a good drive by Medina that really got off the ground. They were pinned inside their own 20 on the terrific catch by Brennan Schramm. And once you had the Schramm catch, you know, Drew Hensley with a nice reception, you get the pass interference penalty. And the next thing you know, right after the penalty, true to form for Larry Laird, went right up top for the touchdown from Allard to Luke Hensley. And we're all of a sudden back to even now at 14 apiece. As it'll be a short kick. Squibb is picked up at the 32, out to the 37, to the 40, to the 45, to the 46-yard line. There's Brandon Koenig, one of the running backs. That's something you want to kick it to him, per se. And the Blue Devils will have good field position at their own 46. And plenty of time, 7:52 to go in the second quarter. Keep in mind that Brunswick has one timeout remaining in this first half. But both teams have been opportunistic here so far. Men are leading Euclid, you may have heard, 17-6. Matt Gray is going to have all kinds of success, I think, with the Cardinals. You know, as I'm first down to go to Vedini, as he breaks an initial tackle, crosses the 50, took it down to the 49-yard line, then Ryan Farrell finally will put him down there, but with some help. But it'll be a pretty good pickup on first down there for Vedini. It's about 5 on there, second down and 5. Matt Gray has been waiting a long time for his opportunity, and you know, we see it. You know, I think about with Jeff Grubich and what he's done with Kenston. You know, Steve Trevisano's assistants tend to do very well. As they'll go here, a little end around to the right is Dye. He'll cross the 50, get back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe pick up about a yard or so. Just not a lot of room that time for Jake Dye to maneuver and get to the outside. Strongsville leading Elyria 7-6 at the end of one quarter in Greater Cleveland Conference action. Give Jake Dye 1 yard there, and it sets up a 3rd and 4. Dye will go to the slot left side along with J.D. Sirwatka, Ganan Sam, and Jake Charette will be out to the right. Koenig in the backfield behind quarterback Ethan Fritz in the pistol. Now Jake Charette goes in motion. They'll get it to him. Little bubble screen, and he is trapped in the backfield for no gain. It's going to be a loss. Matt Hamula makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage back at the 48-yard line of the Blue Devils. Well, they knew it. You almost felt like Hamula there. His job was just to screen and shadow Jake Charette, and Charette had no chance to even turn and run with the football, and Hamula came in to make the play. That's a fine play in the open field of TFL for Matt Hamula. As Jake Dye gets ready to punt the football away, we've got flags on both sides of the field. Penalty on the Blue Devils. I don't know if it was a delaying penalty or offsides, but it's a 5-yard penalty, and now Dye will wait for the snap inside his own 30 at the 29. Jackson in single safety for the Bees at his 15. Kicks away. Jackson will watch it bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, to the 4, to the 3, to the 2, and they will down it at the 1-yard line. Tremendous punt by Jake Dye. And Nick Bedini and Quentin McKinley were down there quickly to down the football. And Medina will start at their own 1-yard line. Can't get better than that on that punt. 6:23 to play here in this first half. Medina and Brunswick all tied at 14. Our WKYC.com game of the week. I'm Dave DeNatale. Happy to have you with us. As Medina looking at first and 99 here. So they'll start from their own one. Again with 5 wide. Aller, the little man, waits for the snap, throws right side, pass caught at the 10. Luke Hensley at the 15, out to the 20, and he'll get the Bees out of the hole quickly to the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and a first down. Xavier Whipkey pushed Luke Hensley out of bounds. Luke Hensley is a man possessed after the drop earlier in this first half. Came back, got the touchdown, and gets a 20-yard reception to get his team out from behind the shadow of the goalpost. Now, at least here the Bees have some breathing room. First down, here's Drew Aller. Will run to his right, now throw back left, and it's incomplete. Looking for Cody Grote. And that, if you have 2 healthy ankles, that's a hard throw to make. But on a sore ankle, to try to roll right and then throw back left, it's very difficult, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left, man in motion. As Aller will fake it to the motion man, sets up the bubble screen. It's Luke Hensley at the 25, and Hensley will go to the 30. Andrew Haber tackles him there. It's a gain of 9, and it sets up a 3rd and 1. Hensley is slow to get up here. Now his teammates will help him up. Let's see. Is Luke able to stay in the game? Nope, he's going to have to come out. Drew Hensley will come in to get him, at least for a play anyway. Luke Hensley looks like he's okay. We're under 6 minutes to play here in this first half. Brunswick 14, Medina 14. 3rd and 1 for the Bees at their own 30-yard line. And we've got movement, and early indication is it's going to be a gift 5 yards and a first down for the Bees. This time I think it was Quentin McKinley who got a little jumpy there at the line of scrimmage, tried to knife in before the ball was snapped. So move it up to the 35, and it's a first down for the Bees. Again, same look. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Drew Aller gets that shotgun snap, looks to throw, pass deflected and incomplete. And I'll tell you, if Dom Zavaslo had his back the other way, he may have had an opportunity to try to snatch that football. Kyle Charette, I think, might have been the person who deflected that pass, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Both teams do not employ the huddle. They get the play call from the coaches on the sideline while they're basically in formation. Aller gets the snap on 2nd and long, sets up the screen. Pass is caught. Schramm's got it at the 40. First down to the 45, and Brennan Schramm will be knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line by Jake Charette. But for the second time in this second quarter, Brennan Schramm has come through with a big reception. Kyle Schultz, the big right tackle for the Bees, has come out of the game. There's Aller. Pumping once, looking, throws, pass is caught, and Luke Hensley back in there, makes the catch for short gain of maybe a yard or so at the 47 of the Bees. They're actually going to say no gain on that pass play. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and Larry Laird is on the field, and Medina will spend the first of their 3 timeouts. But yeah, I was looking over after the previous play, and I saw Kyle Schultz, who's there. On 2nd and 10, breather here, and just let everybody kind of catch their breath out of this air raid here. And then what they want to do, not for 2nd and 10, but not successful. Here's what we want to do then on 3rd and come here over on our near side left. Leaving 3 receivers to the right. Empty backfield for Drew Aller, the junior quarterback. On second down, I should say, and 10. With 5:17 to play here in this second quarter. Aller back, being blitzed. Throws deep down the middle for Jackson. Incomplete. It was knocked away at the very last moment. Joey Peters made a terrific play to knock it out of Jackson's hands at about the 20-yard line. There was a blitz coming in, too. I think Xavier Whipke was coming in on a blitz. So Aller had to get rid of it a second earlier than he wanted to, but still managed to throw an accurate pass for Jackson. But Peters got there at the last moment to knock it away. Just a terrific play by Peters. And as Aller gets ready to throw, we've got whistles here on third down and another Medina timeout. So both teams now with 1 timeout remaining here in this first half. 5:09 to play here in the first half, second quarter. Brunswick 14, Medina 14. Drew Aller has 2 touchdown passes to Luke Hensley for the Bees. Fritz with a touchdown pass to Charette for the Blue Devils, and also Bedini with a 1-yard touchdown run. I love that call on 2nd and 10. But Peters was there to make the terrific play. Let's see what they want to do here. I wonder if the Blue Devils may try to blitz again here, just to do something to affect the timing of Drew Aller. 5:09 to go in the second quarter. It's a 3rd and 10 for the Bees at their own 47. Back to throw Aller. Looks right, throws right, pass caught, first down in Brunswick territory at the 40-yard line. Luke Hensley with it for the first down. Just a nice pitch and catch there for the Bees. They'll keep the drive going, first down at the Brunswick 40. Trips left this time, 2 receivers right. Aller looks left, throws left, pass caught, Rudolph sidesteps one would-be tackler, but then the second man will bring him down. Dominic Farello brings him down at the 39-yard line. It's only about a gain of 1. Pretty good open field tackle that time for Farello. Farello is 5'9", 150-pounder. Nice sure-handed tackle there. 2nd and 9. Back to throw Drew Aller. Looking left. Throws incomplete at the 31-yard line. Was trying to throw it to Drew Hensley that time. Hensley pretty well covered by Jake Charette. Now set up a 3rd and 9 with 4:27 to go first half. And I think we've established so far in 2020, everything for Larry Laird is 4-down territory. Both last week and this week. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 9. Aller has plenty of time. Looks, flags fly, he throws. Pass intercepted. Intercepted at the 40-yard line. Dave Hamrick has it. As 2 flags are down, we'll check on that, but looks like they're going to be penalty against the Bees for holding. It will be Brunswick football as Dave Hamrick comes away with his first interception of the season. They kind of rushed it a little bit, but credit Hamrick with heads-up play on the deflection and interception, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils with 4:20 to go in the half from their own 40-yard line. I go back to earlier in that drive, the play Joey Peters made to knock the football away from Jawan Jackson at the last minute. I don't know if Jackson gets a touchdown there if he catches it, but at least the Bees are set up inside the 20-yard line, and instead get the interception, and now Brunswick with an opportunity to do something here before halftime. Ethan Fritz is ready. Out of the pistol on first down. We've got Stoppage and play. Timeout, Blue Devils. Boy, and that's their final timeout. Oh, the fact that you know, after you just have the change of possession, that you have to burn a timeout there just drives you crazy as a coach. I didn't see if the play clock was close to being expired, or maybe it was just that something that Mark Pinzoni and Ethan Fritz didn't like what they saw from the Medina defense there, but they had to spend their final timeout. Reminder, just stay with us here at WKYC.com. And also on our WKYC app, we've got scores posting all night long via Score Stream. Keep you updated on the action happening all across Northeast Ohio. It's week number 2, although for several teams in the area and in the state, this is actually week number 1. Is Fritz ready to throw? Kanasan has it, but he's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought back down at about the 34, although I think they'll mark him for a 2-yard loss at the 38-yard line. Connor O'Neill made the tackle. And again, O'Neill, Hamula, Spatney. I mean, it's a broken record there because these linebackers are that good. 2nd and 12. Sorotka, Dye, and also Charette out wide left. Home receiver right, Conan Sam, who just made that last catch. 2nd and 12. This time it'll be on the ground. I think it's Koenig. And he'll get back those lost yards and maybe a little extra to the 41-yard line. So got about 3 there. And let's set up a 3rd down. And we're going to mark it about 3rd and 9. 3:20 and counting to play first half. Medina, by the way, has 1 timeout remaining. So they can get a stop here and get the ball back. With that quick strike offense and a timeout to work with, they'll have an opportunity here. First things first, they got to get a stop. Koenig will stand just to the left and behind of Fritz on 3rd down and long. Fritz going to keep. Fritz runs left. He'll cross the 45 to the 46, but he's going to be about 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down. So, you know, it's low risk. You know, you're hoping that maybe you can break a tackle and get a first down. But, you know, we saw earlier in this half, Jake Dye pin the Bees back at the 1-yard line with his punting. So, you know, no reason to gamble here if you're Mark Pinzoni. I think that's the mindset there. Jackson will wait for it at his own 20-yard line, not anticipating a return here. Good snap here. Dye will angle it to the right, bounce on the field turf at the 20, inside the 15, but it's going to roll to a stop this time, not nearly as generous at about the 12-yard line. Still a good effort. Hey, whenever you can pin a team inside the 20, you've done your job, but the first 10 there from the 12 for the Bees. Again, with 1 timeout before halftime, 2:04 to go in the first half. And Valor and Hensley and Jackson and Hensley and Rodak and Grote, Rudolph and Schramm. I think I've called everybody who's caught a pass here tonight. You know, you never know. I mean, this offense can move quickly. Medina will start from their own 12 with 2 receivers left side, 3 more to the right. The backfield for quarterback Drew Aller gets the shotgun snap, looks to throw, pass is caught. Grote has it just in front of the 20-yard line and then got pushed out of bounds there. Khan and Sam knocks him out of bounds there. They're going to mark him at the 18, so it's a gain of about 6. .157 to go here before halftime. 2nd down and a long 3. Here's Aller. Rolling right, in trouble, throws it away, incomplete, as Dom Vassell was coming in that time, and Drew Aller knew he had no chance to avoid that rush. So that'll stop the clock. 1:51 to go here in the second quarter. 3rd down and 4. Bees will go with a tighter look here. 3 receivers triangle left, 2 to the right. Aller over the middle, incomplete and almost intercepted again. Off of the diving fingertips of Matt Rudolph. I think that was Peters this time who almost got the pick. Well, that was, again, dangerous over the middle, and the Bees go 3 and out. And Brunswick's going to get the football back with just under 2 minutes to play, and they'll have both Jake Dye and Conan Sam back deep in double safety to receive. Luke Hensley will do the punting, although, again, they don't like to punt. And with Hensley, you always have to keep one eye open because of his athletic ability. Good snap. Hensley running to his right, punts it away like a rugby style. It'll roll inside the 50 to the Brunswick 40, we'll call it about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. So near midfield here for the Blue Devils with the minute 36 to go before halftime. Remember, Brunswick, no timeouts remaining, though. So we'll see what Mark Pinzoni wants to do here. Imagine anything throwing would be of the short variety. Maybe something to Jake Charette here. But I would think we might see a heavy dose here of Nick Bedini. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Blue Devils. And on the ground, they'll give it to Charette. Nice fake that time by Fritz. Charette breaks a couple of tackles, gets into B's territory, and is knocked out of bounds at the Medina 46. Nice little quick give to Jake Charette and the pump fake to sell it by Ethan Fritz. They'll actually mark it at the 47, but it's a gain of about 5 on first down for Jake Charette. 2nd down and 5. Fritz looks right, throws right, in and out, and in and out of the hands of Jake Dye, incomplete. Thought they might give him the reception there, but was bobbling it and just could not control it. It'll stop the clock with 1:24 to go in the half and bring up a 3rd and 5 for Brunswick. Charette, Dye, and Sam are all out to the right on this 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils. Fritz, blitz, middle screen. Bedini with the catch, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, gets the first down to the 41-yard line of the Bees. That's a fine effort by Nick Bedini. Clock will stop momentarily to move the chains with a minute 17 to go. Fritz ready. Gets the snap over the middle. Caught. Shred has it at the 25 and nearly busted it loose. Finally brought down at the 22-yard line. Wade Schmidt might have prevented a touchdown there. And I'll tell you, I think it would have been a touchdown. Fritz threw it to the wrong side of Charette, who still made a nice catch. And as the Blue Devils get set, Medina is going to use their final timeout. With 1:04 to go before halftime, it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils at the 22-yard line. But go back to that 3rd down and 5. 2 things really stood out there. One, Ethan Fritz stayed poised there. He knew the Bees were coming. You had 3 different guys coming in on the blitz. And, of course, you set up the screen so your offensive line has a chance to move. And then, so Fritz is, again, staying poised, got the completion. But the other thing was just Nick Bedini's will there, and broke an initial tackle and just kind of put his head down and plunged right to that first down marker and kept this drive going for the Blue Devils. And then a heck of a catch by Jake Charette then on the ensuing play. Blue Devils and Bees all knotted up at 14 with a minute 4 to go in this first half. J.D. Serwatka and Jake Charette out wide left. Conan Sam and Jake Dye to the right. Fritz stops, pops, looks to his right, throws, and he'll throw it into the Blue Devil bench incomplete. Zach Zaccaro was applying pressure that time for Medina. Fritz gave his receivers about as much opportunity as they could get open and then said, heck with it, I got to throw it away. 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 now for the Blue Devils. 2 receivers to each side. Charette on the slot left side. Back to throw Fritz. Steps up. Throws right side for Dye in the end zone. Incomplete. Just couldn't pull it in down by that right pylon. It was a great effort, but just could not keep it in that reception and keep a foot in bounds. That'll set up 3rd and 10. Yeah, Ethan Fritz last week in those rainy conditions, he was only 4 for 12 throwing the football. He's looked to be much more accurate tonight. On 3rd and 10, here's Fritz with time. Now he's in trouble. He's going to run at the 20, 15, 14-yard line, and he's going to be brought down about a yard or so shy of the first down from the initial spot. He needed to get to about the 12-yard line. And the problem is the Blue Devils can't stop the clock. 30 seconds and counting. So they can't take a timeout to think about what they want to do here. They got to run a play. 24 seconds to go before halftime. 4th and 1. And they also can't change personnel. Here's Fritz. Blitzed. Fires. End zone. It is caught. Touchdown. J.D. Serwatka's got it. Ethan Fritz with his 2nd touchdown. Looks like there's going to be an excessive celebration after the touchdown. But Ethan Fritz with his 2nd touchdown pass of the night, and the first touchdown catch of the year for J.D. Serwatka. Again, give the quarterback credit. And that is the unsportsmanlike is the call. Fritz, with the clock winding down, you can't take a timeout there. You can't spike it on 4th down. You got to basically go with it. And Fritz kept his poise there. And instead of just going for the first down, went for the touchdown. And J.D. Serwatka made a great adjustment on the football in the end zone. "13 yards on that touchdown reception. And the Blue Devils now lead it 20-14. And it looks like they'll, I would assume, tack off the penalty on the ensuing kickoff. At least I would think that's what they're going to do here. About the 3rd or 4th time tonight, Mark Pinzoni, he is about 5 yards on the field to get an explanation. 12 seconds to play here before halftime. Not exactly sure what the conversation is regarding. We had a back and forth first half here in Brunswick. Both Ethan Fritz and Drew Aller have thrown 2 touchdown passes apiece here tonight. Difference, really, I guess, if you think about it, is Nick Bedini's 1-yard touchdown. All right, extra point for Noah Bartzak, and whistles blow before he can get the kick away. And I think Larry Laird said, okay, look, I want to know what's going on now. You talk to my counterpart over there. What's happening? So 2 officials are going to talk to Coach Laird on the far side. Could try to hear officials said something about reset the penalty or something. Now, yeah, I think Larry Laird was saying, "Hey, look, I'd rather make the field goal kicker, back him up here and make this extra point in a tight ball game more challenging than necessarily marking it off on the ensuing kickoff." So that's apparently what the decision is going to be. So the ball is going to be marked down by Andrew Haber at the 25. So it's a 35-yard extra point attempt here for Noah Bartzak. Snap's good. Hold is good. Kick is up. It has the distance. It's good. And Mark Pinzoni went about 10 yards on the field and absolutely pumped his fist at Noah Bartzak and said, way to go. 21-14 Brunswick in the lead. I love it. That's the, you know what? That's the fun of it. That's why you love it. You love to see the enthusiasm. And, you know, in a tough situation, you know, your extra point kicker, your kicker's been kind of iced a little bit and then backed up 15 yards. And as we said, I mean, Bartzak, that would have been good from about 40 or 42 yards. So that's plenty of distance. All right, so Blue Devils with 12 seconds to go here will kick it off. Medina, remember, will start the second half with the football. Probably another reason why I think Larry Laird was more interested in having the penalty taken off on the extra point as opposed to here on the kickoff. At halftime, we'll get you a glimpse of the Brunswick Marching Band. Get you ready for the second half here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. Squib kick will be fielded at about the 11-yard line. Juwan Jackson will run to his left at the 20, outside to the 25 to the 30, and there's a late flag down as Jackson goes down at about the 32. It's going to be against Medina. 4 seconds to go, I would imagine. Medina's going to, you never know with Larry Laird. He might try anything, but that penalty will be putting the football back to the 18-yard line with 4 seconds to go. Well, if there's a gadget, if there's a play in this situation, then, you know, Coach Laird's got one. 21-14 Blue Devils as we approach halftime. Been a fun night here so far at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. Aller ready, and we'll set up a little bubble screen. Luke Hensley has it. Throw back to Aller. Aller steps up. Aller looks, fires left side into triple coverage, intercepted. Jake Dye's got it at the 50, down the right sideline to the 45-40. He's to the 30, he's to the 20, inside to the 12-yard line as the clock expires here in the first half. That was almost a huge, huge disaster for Medina. Second interception of the night for the Blue Devils. And I think some tempers were flaring there, and officials are making sure everybody separates and heads back to their respective locker rooms, and we will head to halftime. Entertaining first half here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium as we let you enjoy. There we go. All right. So again, 21-14. We will step away here for a few moments, let you enjoy the band, and be back here for the second half from Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. Again, Blue Devils 21 and the Bees 14. Enjoy halftime, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brunswick High School is proud to present the 2020 edition of the award-winning Brunswick High School Marching Blues. Marching Blue Devils are under the direction of Ethan Raybar. Band is led on the field by drum majors Dylan James, Haley Adams, and Allison Holman. This year, the Marching Blue Devils are continuing on the tradition of excellence by preparing a competition-style show for the audience. The 2020 production is entitled Shades of Blue. Tonight, you will hear the first movement titled Blue Skies by Irving Berlin. The second movement tonight is titled Behind Blue Eyes by the English rock band The Who. Instrumental solo is Ryan Yannick on trombone, guard solo by Hannah Andrews, and guard duet by Kaya Bundy and Julie Klenotic. Perfect selection for you tonight. Let's get some audience participation with a fan favorite, Hang On Sloopy. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Brunswick High School Marching Blue Devils.
All right, welcome back upstairs to the press box here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium at halftime. Dave DeNatale with you. Our WKYC.com game of the week. And it's been a shootout. I mean, I think we thought it might be that tonight between these two teams, especially given the offenses of both squads, but particularly Medina and what they can do throwing the football. And it's been a shootout. 21-14, Brunswick is on top here at the half. Some first half stats courtesy of the great Rick Noland of the Medina Gazette. Always good to see my man Rick here. As far as the Bees, we'll start with them. Some individual numbers. Drew Aller in the first half. This is just in the first half. 21 of 35 for 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was intercepted twice, and that second interception was very close to being a pick six by Jake Dye right there before halftime. Let's see, Luke Hensley picking up right where he left off last week. Hensley last week in the loss to Mentor had 10 catches for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. Already in the first half tonight, Luke Hensley has 7 catches for 123 yards and 2 scores. And keep in mind, he had 7 catches. I'm sure I don't need to remind him. He had one drop earlier that was could have been a third down and could have kept the drive going. And he's been terrific though. And the Bees offense, really the problem has been tonight. It's been the 2 interceptions, particularly the first one, and penalties. As far as the Blue Devils are concerned, Ethan Fritz, 10 of 14 passing in the first half for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. So as we said, much more accurate than he was in those rainy conditions last week here against Euclid. And it's been short, safe passes for the most part. And 4 of those 10 completions have been to Jake Charette. Charette with 4 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown. The other touchdown pass that Fritz threw was to J.D. Serwatka right before halftime, a 13-yarder. And Nick Bedini has a touchdown run. And that's where we stand right now. It's as the two teams are, you can see, are finishing up the warm-ups here. The Blue Devils are just now getting on the field. The 12, everything's kind of different this year, including with halftime. You don't have both squads, at least we haven't in our first 2 games, and I think this is pretty much going to be the norm here. You only have one of the 2 bands performing. So halftime, instead of being 20 minutes like it used to be, at least the first 2 weeks, they're 12 minutes. Now, I've heard some other people have told me that, other games, halftime at their place was 10 minutes. I heard somebody else tell me it was 15, but it was 12 here in Brunswick. Last week in Aurora, where we were, it was 12 minutes. So that's been the norm here, at least that we've seen, and it makes things go quicker. We'd like to have both bands because we'd like to have normalcy, but at least halftime, if you're wondering why, geez, it feels like it's a faster halftime. Well, it is. As they have a 12-minute clock, and then essentially they put 3 quick minutes in to wrap up warm-ups, finish what you have to do, and then get back on the field and get started. So that's where we are right now, 21-14 Blue Devils. Reminder, every Wednesday at Facebook Live and also on YouTube, usually about the 4 o'clock hour, whenever I can get Tyler Carey, who's a busy man, whether he and I, we'll have our high school football preview show. We wrap up the previous week's games, and we let you know where we're going to be headed out for each week's contest. And unfortunately, this year, if you're wondering, we are not doing the poll like we normally have. We'll bring that back as conditions get a little bit more normal down the road, and we'll let you help vote to decide where we go. Week in and week out. That's always a fun thing, and I've missed that. I mean, it's fun to see everybody kind of get behind this idea. Wow, we want to have WKYC out of the game. We want to have our cheerleaders and bands and everybody featured and have the highlights and all that fun stuff. We want that too, and we look forward to having that back in the future. But we'll be picking our game of the week for this season on here for the rest of the season. So we'll let you know Wednesday where we're going to be coming up here. We have an idea. I don't want to say. It's one of those things you don't want to say because you don't want to jinx it. But we have an idea of where we'll be next week, and we will let you know then coming up on Wednesday where we will be next Friday. I'm looking for if it plays out like I hope it is, you're in for a treat. Let's put it that way. And if not, you're still in for a treat. But it's been a treat so far here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. Blue Devils and the Bees both looking for their first victory in 2020. And the Blue Devils are on top 21-14. Now remember, Medina will start the second half with the football. They tried to catch Brunswick off guard to start the game tonight with an onside kick. Wasn't successful, but we've seen a few trickerations tonight from the Bees. Luke Hensley's, in addition to having 7 catches for 123 yards, he has completed a pass in the game. They did a throwback from with Luke Hensley and Drew Aller. That ended up getting intercepted. You never know with Larry Laird what gadgets might be coming up here. All right, Bees are ready. Blue Devils are ready. Second half ready to start on a beautiful night for high school football. Kick is going to be a squibber, and Jackson will pick it up at the 12, run outside to the 20, gets a block 25, cuts up field to the 30, across the 35, and down near the 37-yard line. Pretty good return there for Jawan Jackson. They'll mark it at the 36. And again, like we saw last week in Aurora, to minimize the amount of exposure to football, basically the officials are just kind of marking it, and then the players come over, and then the center actually will put it where the marker is. Bees ready to go here as we start this third quarter. 1st and 10. Aller shoots one over the middle. It's incomplete. Just past the fingertips of Luke Hensley at about the 47-yard line. Dave Hamrick back on coverage for the Blue Devils. Drew Aller is getting looked at by everybody from the Mid-American Conference to the Pitt Panthers. And that's only going to pick up as he continues to excel. As he sends Cody Grote in motion, left to right, 2nd and 10 for the Bees at their own 36-yard line. Aller takes a step back here. Now gets that shotgun snap. He's ready. Being blitzed by McKenzie, throws it in the Medina bench, incomplete. And yeah, Quentin McKinley is, we've got whistles here. And an eligible man downfield for the second time tonight against the Bees. Quentin McKinley is causing more problems, and that time he was able to get in and rush that throw by Aller. And Aller just ended up having to throw it into the bench. But what Larry doesn't want to see happen is his quarterback go down the way that Aller went down. And Mark Penzoni just told the official, no, decline the penalty. Let's make it 3rd and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line of the Bees. It is a 3rd and 10 for Medina. Just getting this second half underway. Drew Aller to throw. Passes over the middle, deflected and intercepted. Now, let's see. Yeah, they're going to say it is a pick. Luke Petrowski, who had an interception earlier tonight, called back. That time he makes the catch. It will not be overturned, and the Blue Devils have the football in their 3rd interception of the football game. So let's see. Jake Dye has an interception tonight. Dave Hamrick has an interception, and now Luke Petrowski with an interception. Aller he didn't throw many picks last year either. That's been uncharacteristic tonight. And a lot of them have been on that same, a lot of tip passes. I mean, again, that one you really can't blame on him. Blue Devils football now at the Medina 38-yard line. Direct snap, Jake Charette runs left with room to the 30, outside of the 25, into the 20-yard line, and let's see where they're going to mark it. It'll be a 1st down, a gain of about 17 as they'll mark it out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That's exactly what, the scouting report on the Blue Devils said. They're going to find a way for Jake Charette to touch the football early and often and in many different ways. And he'll stay in at quarterback and get that direct snap from the 21 on 1st down. This time it's a give. Nick Vedini will take it inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Got about 3 on that pickup. 2nd down and a long 7. Just about a minute gone by here in this 3rd quarter. Blue Devils 21, Bees 14, and Brunswick is knocking on the door again. Jake Charette will stay at quarterback. Gets the snap, runs right, looks to get to the outside, gets to the 16-yard line and knocked out of bounds there by Nathan Spatney. A lot of effort for only about 2 yards on the pickup. And it will set up a 3rd down and 5. As the officials stop play with 10:48 to go in the 3rd. And we've got an injured player over where, and I think it might actually be Jake Charette, over where he went out of bounds. And you've got his teammate. It is the quarterback, Jake Charette. And when he went out of bounds, hard from Spatney, and his teammates immediately went to a knee, and I think the Medina training staff even came over and said, "You need help," and I think they're waving in the ambulance here for Jake Charette as this Brunswick Automart Stadium has gotten silent, and our Medina staff is going to come over and see if they can provide some assistance here. Jake Charette has had a terrific football game tonight. He got the game's first touchdown on a 48-yard catch and run. He had 4 catches for 74 yards in that first half. Helped set up another touchdown, a 1-yard run by Bedini with his legs. And of course, he's also a critical member of the Brunswick secondary. And you can just hear the hush right now at the stadium. And, somebody can say, well, there's less of a crowd here, but everybody got real quiet when they realized what had happened and the manner in which Jake had been knocked out of bounds, and the speed at which they called for the training staff and the doctors to come tend to him. Again, you also have Medina people coming over and assisting. Jake Dye is down on one knee about 3 or 4 yards away from where Charette is. And the concern is now you keep the young man stable. You just keep him talking, and you allow the trainers to come in and the ambulance to come in and do their jobs. And the stretcher is being wheeled in right now, as a matter of fact, over from the far side. So, yeah, they're not taking any chances. You get the young man to the hospital as quickly as you can. 10:48 to play here at Brunswick Automart Stadium. It's a very quiet stadium right now, as the concern is for senior Jake Charette. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, safety. He has done it all for them. But an injury will unfortunately end his night and require a trip to the hospital. And again, that was the thing we noted here very quickly. It's when he went down, it was very quick. Mark Pinzoni and his coaching staff got the trainers over there quickly and called for the EMTs to come out and tend to him. And so everybody wearing masks, of course. Both teams are in the kneel down mode. The Medina Bees on the far side and the Blue Devils here on the near side. And I can describe to you up here just seeing the anguish on some of the Blue Devil faces of their teammate, and it's powerful. And amongst those, you can imagine the first person that was over there and helmet off to be in that to be there with is Kyle Charette. And just and matter of fact, just saw Kyle with his brother. That's it's a family. I mean, literally and figuratively, it's family. Quentin McKinley goes over, the senior leaders on this team, trying to do whatever you can to just keep your teammates' spirits up. You might be able to hear that. There's the the ambulance is being backed in here, so they can they'll have one ambulance here just kind of standing by, and the other ambulance will take Jake Charette to a nearby hospital. With these things, you make sure he's immobilized, you make sure he's comfortable, you can be as comfortable as one can be, and get him on the stretchers as fast but as safely as possible, and get him to the doctor. It looks like they're about to, at least it appeared at the moment, they're about to lift him up here, but they're not quite there yet. Jake Charette was absolutely integral part of the Blue Devils' start tonight with that 48-yard touchdown, and as we said, he helped set up another touchdown, and he looked like he was on the verge of leading the Blue Devils to another score here before his injury. And you hear the applause as Charette will be moved on to the stretcher, and he'll be carted off and head out to the local hospital. And again, it's a family thing here in Brunswick, and besides just Kyle Charette, so many of his teammates I saw. Jake Dye was literally right there, and Jake Dye just went over and hugged his teammate because he was kind of standing by the pile there. Now Joey Peters comes over, and now I think just the entire Blue Devil bench is going to go and make sure their teammate's okay. And I saw Mark Penzoni give his player a hug there too. Tomas Rymack. So Jake Charette, see him giving everybody high fives, and that's certainly good to see. But the talented young man from the Blue Devils being taken to a local hospital. And as we resume action out of that delay, that stoppage, the Blue Devils will have it 3rd and 5 at the Bees' 16-yard line. As Ethan Fritz will return to the game as quarterback. And I think the officials, because of the lengthy stoppage, just gave both teams the green light. Hey, listen, if you need to go stretch, go stretch. Let's not have any hamstring pulls or any of those types of injuries here because of that long stoppage. And just watching both teams just kind of doing quick warm-ups here. Just joining us, though, we've had a stoppage in play because Jake Charette, the all-purpose do-everything man for the Brunswick Blue Devils, sustained an injury that has required him to be taken off by stretcher and taken to a local hospital. So we won't even begin to speculate what it is. Now the Blue Devils will have to offensively and defensively make the adjustment here. And offensively, the adjustment will be their normal package with Ethan Fritz back at quarterback. One thing defensively, we've seen tonight, the Blue Devils, against this multiple wide receiver attack that the Bees throw at you, with the Hensleys and Jackson and Rodak and Grote and Schramm and Rudolph, amongst others. We've called a lot of secondary men tonight for the Blue Devils. Dye, Petrowski, and Hamrick all have interceptions. Conan Sam, Joey Peters, Xavier Lipke. So Blue Devils, it's one thing they do have. They've got some depth in the secondary. Tested here for the rest of the way because Jake Charette, amongst so many things he does for this team, he's a terrific man in the secondary. So the entire Blue Devil team after the warm-up, I think, huddling up here real quick. I'm sure between Mark Pinzoni and his team's senior leaders saying, hey, listen, we've got to keep going here. We got to finish this here for Jake. All right, so we're going to get back to action here after the injury delay. 3rd and 5, Blue Devils at the 16-yard line with 10:48 to go in the third quarter. Well, you would think now, with the loss of Charette, you'd say, well, Conan Sam or Jake Dye might be the guy that if you're going to, if you need the 5 or 6 yards and you're going to go in the air, probably those two guys might be who you look at. But earlier in this game, I mean, J.D. Sirwaka has a touchdown catch. Sirwaka and Sam will go out wide left. Jonah Clement and Jake Dye will go to the right. Fritz is ready from the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Sets up a screen. Pass is caught. Vedini has it. Goes outside, inside the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he is in. Touchdown, Brunswick Blue Devils. There it is. Delay call, but it's there. 16 yards and a touchdown. Nick Vedini with another terrific reception out of the backfield. And Ethan Fritz has thrown his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And boy, coming right out of that long delay with your teammate having been carted off to come out and score, that's, it's going to make everybody feel a little bit better. I can't say enough about Fritz after being, he hadn't thrown a pass since before halftime. Here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good by Noah Bartzak. 4 tonight. But again, Fritz came in. He knew the blitz was coming. You set up the screen, and you let Vedini do his thing. And once Vedini got to the outside, it was just a question of could he get to the pylon before the Bees, which he did. So Vedini has 2 touchdowns tonight, 1 receiving and 1 rushing. And Ethan Fritz has 3 touchdown passes. He said, after a tough go last week, Fritz has been superb here tonight. All right, so the Bees are down 14, the largest deficit of the night. See what Drew Aller and company can dial up here. It's one thing for the Bees. Being down 14 is no problem with their passing attack, but got to score first. As Ernst's kick will be fielded by Jackson at the 11. Full head of steam to the 25, cuts inside to the 30, and kind of spins his way out to the 31-yard line. That's where the Bees will begin, 1st and 10. So we'll see here what the Bees come up with. Drew Aller has thrown 2 touchdowns, but he has been intercepted tonight 3 times. 2 receivers left. Make that 3 to the left. 2 receivers right. Medina down 28-14 early in this third quarter. Aller sets up a screen, dangerous, and it's caught right at the 30-yard line, but very little gain as Thomas Rymack came in and put some pressure on Aller. Hensley made the catch, and McKinley promptly put him down for about a 1-yard gain. No, actually, it was no gain on the play. It was a loss of 1. I'm sorry. Back to the 30, 2nd and 11. Passes over the middle. Rolling catch is made by Jawan Jackson at the 37-yard line. Gets 7, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4. Matt Rudolph will move in motion. He'll go to the right. 3rd and 4, and somebody for the Bees backpedal. Although I think Drew Aller's complaining that they didn't put the ball marker down where it was supposed to be. But unfortunately, the officials say that's the penalty is the problem, son. So false start against Medina, and instead of being 3rd and 4, it's now 3rd and 9. They've had a few of those types of penalties here tonight. 3rd and 9. Here come the Blue Devils. Aller's in big trouble, throws, and it's incomplete. It's a one-hopper to Rudolph as he had double pressure that time. It's coming in. Rymack again. Actually, that wasn't Rymack that coming in. It was Haber. And there was also another Blue Devil player who came in. I think that was Nick Bedini, I thought, 35. So good pressure that time. And the Bees, with that penalty, will have to punt it away. Hensley will roll to the right. Now he's going to tuck and run. He'll run for the first down and a lot more to the 50, to the 45. And then he lost the football, and I think the Blue Devils got it back. They did. Brunswick will have it at their own 47-yard line after Luke Hensley got them the first down running, trying to get extra yards, and the Blue Devils took it away from them. Another Medina turnover. Boy, after they just got the first down, too. Somebody just said, I was wondering about that. They had 10. Blue Devils only had 10 men on the field, and they still got the strip. So Brunswick already up by 14 can really seize control of the game with a good time-consuming drive here. Bedini will stand to the right of Fritz. And we've got a stoppage here for another reason. I don't know why. Well, they're changing personnel here. The Blue Devils are. Sawatka's coming out and Clement's coming in. And we've got, right as the Blue Devils snap the football, we've got a false start. It's just crazy. I'm still trying to figure out why there was that stoppage beforehand. And Blue Devils made their own mistake, but it was almost like the whole sequence was disrupted by that stoppage. So now it's 1st and 15 for Brunswick, leading 28-14, 9:51 to play in the third quarter. Fritz in the pistol. He's got Bedini to his left. And they'll go on the ground. Bedini will cross the 45. He'll take it to the 46. About 4 on the pickup. He'll set up a 2nd and 11. Like Boylings amongst those on the stop there for Medina. Fritz is ready on 2nd and 11. Play clock under 20. It's over, gets the signal. Sam out wide right, and now just told Kyle Charette something here. Now Fritz looks to throw. He's in trouble. Down he goes as Nick Manley grabs a hold of him. Got some help from Nathan Spatney there at the end, and we've got another whistle here. But yeah, that's why, because on that sack, Ethan Fritz lost his helmet. But a big sack that time by Nick Manley. And that backs the Blue Devils all the way up back to the 38-yard line. And it brings up a 3rd and 19. Boy, Medina needed that in the worst way. But because Fritz lost his helmet, there's another new quarterback here. And on 3rd and long, they'll go on the ground. Bedini will get it, and he'll cross the 40 out to the 42-yard line, and that's really it. Andrew Delac will make the tackle. Looking over at Ethan Fritz here, just to make sure he's okay on the sidelines. But 4th down here, and we will see Jake Dye into punt to Brennan Schramm. Dye waits for the snap at his own 29. Schramm in single safety at his 24-yard line. And Schramm is going to let it bounce and then grab it at the 16-yard line and call the fair catch there. Third time, I believe, tonight that Jake Dye has pinned the Bees inside the 20, including one at the 1 yard line here this evening. Blue Devils lead it 28-14. And looking over down, Ethan Fritz looks like he's okay. He's walking around with his helmet off. But he appears to be okay. Plenty of time here for Medina. About a quarter and a half to work with here. Down 14. Aller looks to throw. And Jackson with a nice catch at the 21-yard line and spun down there by Joey Peters. About a gain of 4, and they may be generous and give him the 22. It's about a gain of 5, actually. 2nd and 5. Here's Aller. Quick drop again. And Luke Hensley has it for a first down at the 30. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and then put down at the 33-yard line. Got about 11 on that pickup. Been an adventurous night for Luke Hensley. At halftime, he had 7 catches for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's thrown a pass. He's completed a pass tonight. He got a first down running it out of the punt situation on a fake punt. As that snap is dropped by Aller, and he's got to eat it back at the 25-yard line, tried to pick it back up. But again, and I'm watching Drew here. He's hobbling. Maybe even to say hobbling is probably not fair, but he's favoring that ankle a little bit. And, you know, when you have a botched snap or something like that, it's hard to go down and pick it up when you can't plant. 2nd down and 18, so it's a loss of 8. They actually had on the yard marker 4th down. That's not right. Mark Pinzoni is not happy about something. But it's 2nd and 18. Well, and now the officials are going to stop play here. And they had it right. It was because on the first down. They got the first down on the 11-yard pass to Hensley. And then on the first down there was the botched snap. I don't think we're missing anything, right? Still should be, everybody up here agrees it should be 2nd down. Okay, clock stop. Okay, there we go. Back to throw Aller. Steps up, in trouble, down he goes. Quentin McKinley's got him. McKinley has had a huge night for the Blue Devils. And the Bees are moving in reverse. That sack takes it back to the 21-yard line. And a loss of 4 more, and we've got another stoppage. What's this? Mark Pinzoni is really not a happy camper right now. One of the officials looked over and kind of gave him the indication that stay on the sidelines. So right now here for the Blue Devils, I mean, it's 3rd and Strongsville. It's 3rd and 22. Low snap. Aller has it. Throws deep right side for Hensley, incomplete. Hamrick and Sam had good coverage over on the right side. And 4th down in another punting situation on 4th and 22. Somebody pointed out, we are just about, and of course we had the long injury delay because of Jake Charette's injury, but because of all the passing, I mean, we're only midway through this 3rd quarter. Conant Sam will go in single safety. Job by Hensley to pull down the high snap, and it'll roll on the field turf and go out of bounds in Brunswick territory at the 47-yard line. Conant Sam wisely decided not to bother to field that. And the Blue Devils will take over now. Under 6 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, 28-14. Amongst everything else tonight, the turnovers and penalties have been a big problem for the Bees. Also, the other problem is, Brunswick has been able to get pressure on those long yardage situations, on those 3rd and 9s and such. Even if they're not sacking Drew Aller, they're getting in his face, they're making him move around, they're making him uncomfortable. And that's been a big part of tonight as well. On first down, Fritz to throw. In trouble, he'll go down, lost the football, and looks like Nathan Spatney has it for the Medina Bees. He does. I didn't see who ripped it away from Fritz from the blind side, but Spatney was the one who made the recovery. And Medina gets their first turnover of the night, and they're set up nicely in Blue Devil territory. Man, I wish I could tell you. It might have been Boylan who got to the strip. I'm not sure, but was able to force that fumble, and Nathan Spatney pounced on it for the Bees. So Medina, with all kinds of time, down 14, back to work on offense. Aller will throw left side. It's caught by Jackson inside the 40 to the Blue Devil 38 to the 37-yard line. And then he's put out of bounds there. Ryan Flanagan amongst those for the Blue Devils on coverage. Just get the feeling Medina can get something here. Aller throws over the middle. Pass is caught at the 22-yard line. Wow, nice catch by Drew Hensley. Took a shot, held on, and gets the first down. Dave Hamrick made the big hit, but Hensley was able to hang on and get the first down. Brunswick may regret not being able to put Medina away here if the Bees can get a score. Aller lofts one deep right side to the end zone. It is caught, but it's out of bounds and incomplete, but I thought I saw a flag down in the offensive backfield. Luke Hensley was the intended receiver, and it is a holding against Medina. That has been their Achilles heel tonight. Another penalty on the Bees. It's not easy to be an announcer. I don't care if you're radio, TV, or public address. That holding penalty will make it a 1st and 23 for the Bees. Mark it back now to the Brunswick 34. Quick wide receiver screen. Hensley's got it at the 30. Cuts inside at the 27-yard line and put down there. That was a fine open field tackle on the far side by Conan Sam. If Sam doesn't make that catch, Hensley's off to the races. You're on an island, and Sam did a good job of making the stop. 2nd and 16. Aller looks right, throws right, and the pass is caught by Hensley, was upended, held on, and I think there's an injured, the player who made the tackle for Brunswick got the worst end of that, going low to try to bring down 6'2", 200-pound Luke Hensley, and I didn't see who for Brunswick was down, but got the worst end of that collision. So it's going to be, when we go back to action, a 3rd and 9 for the Bees at the Brunswick 20-yard line with 4:41 to go in this third quarter. I mean, this third quarter started at like 7 o'clock, I feel like. But again, I say that if you're just joining us, we started this third quarter, Brunswick led 21-14, and were poised and eventually did get another touchdown, but on the play before, a touchdown pass by Ethan Fritz to Nick Vedini, Brunswick's terrific all-around player, Jake Charette, suffered an injury that required him to be carted off the field and taken out to a local hospital. And that injury delay and the fact that we're just passing between passing every down and penalties. This third quarter has been endless. Concern right now for the Blue Devils is another injury, hopefully not as significant as Charette's was over there towards that Medina bench. For Medina, they have an opportunity here. Larry Laird can use this stoppage to figure out, okay, here's what we want to do on third down, and if we don't get it, here's what we want to do on fourth down. The injured Blue Devil player is back up on his feet. I think that was Kanan Sam. It was. And Sam is trying to walk off the field under his own power and doing so very slowly. So Charette is obviously out for the game. Now Kanan Sam is hurt. And, I said earlier that the Blue Devils have a lot of depth in the secondary. Well, it's going to get tested here if these injuries continue. Sam is still coming off the field, although as he's walking, I would say at least it's a little less ginger than it was before. But again, Sam is, like Jake Charette, a guy that is an important part of this Blue Devil team offensively and defensively. He had just made a terrific tackle, did Kanan, a few plays earlier on Hensley, and that time again he went low to try to bring down Luke and ended up suffering the worst for the wear on that injury. So it's a 3rd and 9 for the Bees now at the Blue Devil 20-yard line. Clock starts moving again, 4:40 to go in the third, 28-14, Brunswick on top. Aller to throw, rolling right. Looks like might have been another holding there. The pass is caught at the 15-yard line over on the far side. Drew Hensley made that catch short of the first down, but it sets up a 4th down and 3. I got to tell you, Tomas Rymack was really being held there, and it didn't get called. 4th and 3. Aller looks over the middle. Pass caught. Incomplete. Nope. I was trying to throw it to Drew Hensley again. It was a little bit low, and it's incomplete. And the Blue Devils will take over at their own 14-yard line. With 4:24 to go in the third quarter. So the Bees get the fumble recovery and drive with it, but can't punch it in. You just got the feeling they really had to. I mean, there's plenty of time. We've got more than a quarter to go in this football game, but as this game has progressed, Medina has just not been able to show that big play ability that we saw earlier in the game. Mostly because Drew Aller hasn't had a lot of time to throw. Even with Brunswick sometimes only rushing 3, there's just been a lot of congestion in that backfield. Fritz is ready on first down. Blue Devils will go on the ground, and it'll be Nick Bedini. He'll cross the 15, take it forward to about the 16-yard line. Got about 2 on that gain, 2nd down and 8. Zach Zaccaro, part of that talented Bees defensive line, on the stop. 2nd and 8. Fritz will have Bedini to his right. And the move, Kyle Charette wing left, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And on 2nd down, back on the ground, it'll be Bedini again. Out to the 19-yard line, got about 3. And it'll set up a 3rd down and 5. Strongsville Mustangs getting their first action here in 2020. They lead Elyria 21-12 as that game heads to the 4th quarter. It's Greater Cleveland Conference. Again, same look here for the Blue Devils. They'll go 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and they'll have Kyle Charette, tight end right. The pass is thrown to the right, incomplete, and there's a collision, and there's going to be a flag down. Trying to throw it to J.D. Serwatka, and one of the Bees had made contact with him. There may be another flag, too. That was one of those passes, though, that, was kind of thrown up for grabs because of the pressure that was coming in on Fritz. Officials are having a meeting here. They've had about 4 or 5 of these conferences here tonight. See, dead ball. Legal helmet contact against the Bees. All right. Let's see here. They should be marking up to 34, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. So it is football moves up to the 34. It is a first down for the Blue Devils. Another back-breaking penalty tonight for the Medina Bees. Jonah Clement out wide right. 2 receivers left. Ryan Flanagan now is in at that H-back on the left side. Shotgun for Fritz. Sets up the screen. Pass is caught at the 35. Out to the 38-yard line. It may have been Flanagan on that catch. Nope, it was Dye on the catch, Jake Dye. And they'll give him initial forward progress close to the 39-yard line. So we'll get about 5 on that pickup, second down and 5. I would think the rest of the way, especially if you got a 2-touchdown lead, I would think those would be the kinds of passes that I would expect the Blue Devils, if they're going to throw, to execute. As Fritz will keep it, and he's going to be put down by Nick Manley right at the line of scrimmage. Manley's had a superb game tonight for the Bees. And Fritz came away and looked like he was limping a little bit. Jake Charette's out for the game. Conan Sam was injured on the previous defensive drive for the Blue Devils. Injuries are starting to mount up here, and that pass from Fritz is knocked away and incomplete. All kinds of traffic in his face. And I think that was Manley who made the deflection. Yeah, Manley was coming in. Spatney was coming in. Yeah, Manley, again, has been just superb tonight for the Bees. (28-14) Brunswick, 1:33 to go in the third quarter. This has been a bruising third quarter for both teams. As Jake Dye will punt. Brennan Schramm in single safety at his own 34. Good snap. Gets the kick away. Tries to angle it to the right. Schramm will let it go. And rolls out of bounds. We're by the Medina bench. We'll mark it inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Again, it's a broken record. As poorly as this quarter has gone for Medina, and really since that late in that second quarter, as poorly as things have gone, the Bees are still very much in this football game. They just got to figure out some way here to attack this Brunswick defense. And we've got a timeout for the Blue Devils because I think they were missing one man on either they were missing one man or they had one man too many. But Defense will get a timeout here. First timeout for either team here in the second half. I mean, the go-to tonight has been for Drew Aller has been Luke Hensley, obviously. But you just start to think, okay, besides that, what else can we do to give us an opportunity to move the football down the field if everybody's going to be, keying on Luke Hensley? Well, they've gone to Drew Hensley a few times, and they've gone to Brennan Schramm and Matt Rudolph a couple times. But they need to find – earlier in this game, Aller went for a bomb to Juwan Jackson, and Jackson was trying to pull it in, and at the last moment, Joey Peters knocked it away from him. I'm looking at Jackson. He's flanked out wide left. And by the way, good to see Connor Som is back in there at cornerback for the Blue Devils. Aller to throw on first down. Steps up and fires, and pass is caught. It's Jackson to the 30, to the 20, and down to the 19-yard line of the Blue Devils. Well, we asked for it, and they went right to him. Juwan Jackson. Big first down completion for the Medina Bees. Just felt like they had to get something not named Luke Hensley going tonight. Juwan Jackson with a big reception at the 19, first and 10 Bees. Aller looking over the middle. Hensley's got it inside the 5, and Luke will take it down to the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Bees. All right, 2 quick plays, and suddenly the Bees are knocking on the door here with just over a minute to go in this third quarter. Brennan Schramm in motion right. 4 receivers to the right. Aller looks left and incomplete, trying to get it to Jackson, who couldn't get any separation from Connor Som. Second and goal. 57 seconds to play in the third quarter. It is beyond imperative for Medina to punch this in. And, of course, they don't run the football, so when I say punch it in, they're going to try to throw it in. Second and goal. Aller shoots it in the end zone, incomplete. Threw it kind of between. I mean, Jackson was the intended receiver. Matt Rudolph was in the neighborhood as well. Third and goal. 53 seconds to go in the third. 28-14 Brunswick. Bees will go trips left side this time and 2 receivers right. Aller gets the snap. Quarterback draw. And can't get away from the Blue Devils. Got about a yard or so, but again, with that, he doesn't have that acceleration with the bad ankle. They may have actually spotted him at the 3, but it's going to be fourth and goal from there with 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Crowd here at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium imploring the defense for a stop. The Bees have to run a play here before the fourth quarter. Play clock is at 12. Game clock at 16. Fourth and goal at the 3. Empty backfield for Aller. 5 wide receivers. Aller looks left. Looking, in trouble, throws. Nobody home. Incomplete. Quentin McKinley was coming in with pressure, and Aller just had nowhere to go with the football, and the Blue Devils hold again. End of the third quarter here in Brunswick. Blue Devils 28, the Bees 14. Quentin McKinley has been superb tonight for the Brunswick Blue Devils. They have rushed him in so many different ways to try to confuse Aller. Off different ends, in a blitz, in a rush, from an end spot, and his speed and quickness has just been a problem tonight for the Medina offensive line. And another missed opportunity for the Bees. Now, fortunately for Medina, there's still a long way to go in this football game as we start the fourth quarter, but they just have squandered so many opportunities, especially just even here in the second half. mean, they got the fumble recovery earlier in the third quarter from Spatney and had a drive stall. And then now you had first and goal at the 4. And as we say with the Bees, they don't really run the football. So, goal to go situations, they're going to throw. I mean, that's just what they do. And they weren't able to get it in there, and they even tried a quarterback draw. Ball spotted at the 3. And Fritz and company ready to go. Koenig in at running back. He'll get the carry. And, boy, moves the pile ahead nicely out to about the 9-yard line. Koenig. 5'6", but he's 175 pounds. Dorian Boylan on the stop. That's a pretty good gain, though, on first down. Got about 6. Koenig will stay in there. Kyle Charette will move in wing left. In motion goes Dye. He'll get it on the jet sweep going to his right, crosses the 10, falls forward to about the 14-yard line, and that is enough for a Blue Devil first down. Exactly what Brunswick needed there. Get themselves some breathing room and start to run some time off this clock. Early in this fourth quarter, 28-14 Blue Devils. Koenig will stay in there as he will stand behind and just to the right of quarterback Ethan Fritz. Koenig gets the carry, and again, some tough running off the right side. Got about 2 out near the 17-yard line. Blue Devils are being a little bit more deliberate here now with their clock here as we go to 10:35 to play here in the football game. Ethan Fritz has 3 touchdown passes tonight. Nick Bedini with a touchdown catch and a touchdown run as Fritz looks to throw on second and long. Dangerous pass, and it was almost intercepted. Aaron Jensen nearly came away with a pick. It was intended over on the near side for Jake Dye. But you had Jensen over there, and there was another B defender. And Jensen nearly came away with the steal. 3rd and long. And for Medina, you love that because it stops the clock with 10:24 to go. The crowd wanted an interference. They're not getting it. So here come the Blue Devils now on 3rd and long. On the ground, Bedini slips as he ran to his right, took it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard, but that's really about it. 4th down and a punting situation now for Jake Dye and the Blue Devils. And the Bees do their job on defense. As Brendan Schramm will stand at midfield. Dye will stand back at his own 8-yard line to await the snap. Blue Devils by 14, ready to punt it away. Snap. Bees rush, and Dye gets the kick away. It's a short kick, and it's going to roll, stop. And where are they going to mark this? It's going to be in Brunswick territory. Only the 41-yard line. So not one of Jake Dye's better efforts. And the Bees will take over. And again, they're going to take over in Brunswick territory. They've had so many opportunities here in the second half to knife into this 14-point deficit and haven't been able to do it. They'll try it again. Aller back to work. Low snap, looks to throw over the middle. It is caught inside the 20. It's Jackson at about the 17-yard line. You had Schramm and Jackson kind of in the same pattern, but Jackson was about 7 or 8 yards behind Schramm, who put his paw up to go for the football. but it was Jackson who made the catch. At the 16, here's Aller. Looks left, throws left, pass is caught at the 11-yard line and getting wrestled out of bounds right at that point. See, it was Schramm on the catch. Gets about 5. It'll be second down and about 5. Again, Medina knocking on the door. Can they get a touchdown here and bring themselves to within 7, perhaps? Aller's ready. Gets the shotgun snap. Has all kinds of time. Now he's flush, throws back of the end zone, incomplete. Was looking for Jackson over on the left side. Pretty well covered by Quentin, because Quentin McKinley can do it all. He had good coverage over there, and it sets up third down and 5. Let's see what Larry Laird draws up here. He'll have Rodak, Luke Hensley, and Matt Rudolph over to the right. Schramm and Jackson wide left. Again, with that empty backfield, 3rd and 5 from the Brunswick 11. They'll go a direct give to Schramm, and he's going to be trapped in the backfield all the way back at the 20-yard line by Andrew Haber. Well, Haber was not fooled a bit by the trickeration. They were trying to basically a jet sweep with Brennan Schramm. And it is a big loss for the Bees, back to the 19-yard line of the Blue Devils. And it's going to set up a 4th down. Let's see where they actually officially mark this down. At the 18. So it's going to be 4th down and 12. Bees have to get inside the 7 to about the 6-yard line to keep this drive going. Aller's ready. Being blitzed. Throws left side. Incomplete. As coming in again was Andrew Haber. And it affected the pass. Brunswick bends but does not break. And again, they keep the Bees out of the end zone. Right, back-to-back terrific plays by middle linebacker Andrew Haber. Gets the TFL on 3rd down, trapping Schramm behind the backfield, and then coming in untouched on the blitz on 4th down, makes Aller throw. I mean, where he was throwing that pass, even if it was caught, had no chance to be a 1st down. Mark Pinzoni's defense. They've adjusted, but again, I think it's been bending, but don't breaking. Don't break tonight. Not breaking. 8:21 to go here in the game. Blue Devils by 14 back on offense, and they'll grind it out on 1st down. That's Nick Bedini taking it out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. So give him 4 on that pickup. 2nd down and 6. And I can really say now for the first time tonight, time is a factor. All the opportunities the Bees have had and have been unable to capitalize on them now really is coming back to haunt them. Andrew Haber, who just made a couple of great plays on defense, in at running back. He'll stand just behind to the right of Ethan Fritz. 2nd and 6. It's Haber getting the carry to the 25 to the 26-yard line. Nathan Spatney brings him down there. And it will set up a 3rd down and 2. Hey, I can say this. I mean, the Bees' defense has kept them in the football game, but they just have not been able to come up with that big play on offense. Under 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Brunswick leading 28-14, trying to keep this possession going on a 3rd and 2 at their own 27. Fritz on the ground. I believe that's Bedini, and this is going to depend on the spot. He needed to get to the 28-yard line for a 1st down. Actually, no, that was Haber again. I'm sorry. check on the spot here. From up here, he looks to be short, but they're going to bring the chains into measure. Somebody just said up here, if you don't get it, do you go for it on fourth down? Up 2 touchdowns. I might think about it. And they are short. Mark Pinzoni is about 6-7 yards on the field. They may take, no, he's going to send the punt team in. I think he really wanted to go for it. The field position, I just think where it was decided better of it. So, and there's a problem, I think, with the play clock. Now I think we're all situated appropriately. That's right. Schramm in single safety at his own 41. Jake Dye gets the snap, gets the kick away. Again, high but short, and goes out of bounds to the Medina bench right about at the B 49-yard line. Although, wait a minute. No, they're going to say it's in Brunswick territory. Blue Devil 47 will be the spot. Another drive that will start in Brunswick territory for Medina. 6:19 to play in the game. 28-14 Brunswick. This has been a long and bruising second half. Hopefully, if we find out anything about Jake Charette's condition, by the way, we will pass that on to you and let you know. On first down, Aller to throw over the middle, pass caught. It's Brennan Schramm on the catch, and he'll take it right down to the first down marker at the 38-yard line to the 37. So mark it at the 37. It's a first down for the Bees. Aller quickly pumping once, looking, throwing left side, and threw it away. Nobody open, and Dams Fossil was starting to get a little close to Aller. Aller's taking a few shots tonight. McKinley in particular. Blue Devils making changes on defense here. And here comes Medina on second down. A little dump-off pass. Schramm has it at the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds at the 29. So gets about 8 on that pickup, but it'll set up a 3rd and 2 with just under 6 minutes to go in the football game. Again, as poorly as things have gone, Medina can score here. I mean, they have a shot. Easier said than done. Aller, being pressured from McKinley, throws over the middle. Has a man wide open. It's Schramm, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Medina Bees. Somebody lost Brennan Schramm down the left sideline, and there's a flag down, though, so hold everything. This one might be coming back. Holding against Medina. Wow. That'll move it all the way back to the Brunswick 46-yard line. And instead of 3rd and short, it's like 3rd and 19. Under 6 minutes to go. Low snap, picked up by Aller. In trouble, throws left side. Schramm's got it at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 6, and he's out of bounds there. So that'll set up a 4th and 13. A job well done by Drew Aller, all things considered, with that low snap, picking it up and getting something out of it. But really now for the Bees, it's 4th in the game. down by 2 touchdowns with 5:41 to go. Aller ready on 4th and 13. Looking deep left side. He's got a man there. Oh, great catch. Schramm's got it down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. A rolling catch on 4th and 13 by Brennan Schramm at the 1-yard line. Clock will stop momentarily to move the chains. Now officials say wind it up. 1st and goal at the 1. Last time the Bees had a goal-to-go situation, they had a 1st and goal at the 4 and couldn't score. Medina has all their timeouts remaining here if they can punch one in. And now they'll go to a triple stack look in the backfield, including Dorian Boylan. Boylan will get the handoff. Boylan will pound it through. Touchdown, Medina Bees. See, that wasn't so hard. Go, 1st and goal at the 1, you just do basic handoff, basic touchdown. 5:05 to go here in the 4th quarter, and Medina finally executes on an opportunity and gets the touchdown. Here's the all-important Miller extra point. Ball's down. Kick is up, and Miller pounds it through. 5:05 to go in the game. Brunswick 28, Medina 21. That pass on 4th and 13. First things first, Aller lofted it up beautifully, but Brennan Schramm has made a couple of tremendous catches tonight. Looking at Schramm. 6'1", 185 pounds. He's only a sophomore. You get 2 more years of watching him play. He's an exciting player. Kind of the next line of this great run of receivers that the Bees have had in the 4 seasons that Larry Laird has been their head coach. Now, again, with 5:05 to go and all their timeouts, Medina doesn't have to onside kick it here. They may elect to do so, and the Blue Devils are moving up just in case. West will handle the kickoff duties. And it is an onside attempt, but the flag is down for offsides. And even if there hadn't been an offsides, Nick Vidini was over there on the good hands team to pounce on the football. Yeah, you just heard the PA announcer mention that. Yeah, after the game, yeah, they want no congregating. You know, it's just basically thanks for coming, get in the car, and head for home. So they'll move it back to the 35 and try it again. Hamrick, Dye, and company are expecting the kickoff, and this time it will be a kickoff. It's fielded at about the 13-yard line. Whipke has it at the 20 and put down at the 25-yard line. And we may have another injured Blue Devil over on the far side. Somebody for Brunswick was slow to get up. Blue Devils will take over now. Just under 5 minutes to go in the game. They lead 28-21. And again, Medina has all their timeouts remaining. Bees want here right now is just a quick 3 and out and give the offense another shot. It's just mind-boggling. You know, all the opportunities Medina had earlier in this half to score, and they couldn't do it. And they end up getting the touchdown on ignited by a 4th and 13 pass that set them up at the 1. Koenig will stand just behind and to the right of Ethan Fritz. Blue Devils by 7 with just under 5 minutes to go. Fritz is going to throw on first down. He's in trouble. Down he goes, back at about the 18-yard line. Nathan Spatney on the sack for the Bees. All the way back to the 18-yard line. That's a loss of 7. Now that's going to make things a lot more difficult now for the Blue Devils. Interesting. I would have thought on first down, just trying to grind it out here, but they're going to throw it again. This time it'll be a dump off. Koenig has it at the 20 to the 25, and they'll put Koenig down at about the 27-yard line. There's a flag down too, over where Koenig made that catch. Wonder if there may have been a holding along with that once he made that catch, and that's exactly the call. Let's see what Larry Laird does here. I was wondering if he might decline the penalty here, but I think they're going to take the penalty and really pin the Blue Devils back. Okay, that's the logic there. Instead of what it would have been about 3rd and 8, Brunswick's going to have a second down and about 27, all the way back to the 8-yard line. And you got to get to the 35 for a first down. Clock starts moving again. 4 minutes to go. And again, the Blue Devils are in no hurry to run a play here. 2nd and 27. Fritz on the ground. And it is Vedini on the carry. And the Bees are going to take a timeout. With 3:42 to go here in the fourth quarter, Vedini took it to about the 12-yard line. So he gets about 4, and it'll set up 3rd and 23. But a very wise timeout for Larry Laird and the Bees. 28-21 Brunswick. It's been a marathon second half. But the amazing is, poorly as things have gone for the Medina Bees, turnovers and everything, their inability to execute in the red zone, they have an opportunity here, get a stop, and they'll have the chance to get the football back with plenty of time to go, a couple of timeouts to work with, and a chance to either tie or take the lead. I mean, can't ask for much more than that, as crazy as things have gone tonight. But first things first, you got to get a stop here on 3rd and 23. Fritz is ready. 4 wide receivers moving along the line, it looked like, but it is a running play. And Bedini will take it across the 15 to about the 17-yard line. And it will be 4th down, and it will be Jake Dye to punt the football away. And I believe the Bees have used another timeout here. Yep, they have. They have one more remaining. But being very economical with the clock. That holding penalty on the pass to Koenig, really a backbreaker for the Blue Devils. Cost them precious yardage. I mean, Brunswick had to, Medina had to use a couple of timeouts here, but field position, really has been, the entire half has really been favored to Medina. And after a really good first half of punting, Jake Dye has kind of struggled here in the last couple of punts. Schramm is in single safety at the Brunswick 45-yard line. Just had a brilliant catch a few moments ago to set his team up for a touchdown. Let's see if he can get a return here. Good snap for Dye. Kick is away. Driving kick over Schramm's head. Over the 30. Schramm goes back to his 25 to get it. To the 35 and out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Well, I said Jake Dye had kind of struggled on his last couple of punts. Not on that one. That was exactly what the Blue Devils needed. Flip the field position a little bit and make it a longer field for Medina. They've got 3:24 to go, 1 timeout remaining. They need to get 63 yards for an opportunity to tie or grab the lead. What a crazy game. As poorly as things seem to be going for the Medina Bees, they've got a shot here from the 37. Aller's ready on first down. Has time. Lofts one deep left side for Luke Hensley. Intercepted. Dave Hamrick's got it. Second interception of the game for Hamrick, as he outmaneuvered Hensley for the football, and the Blue Devils get it back at their own 27-yard line. Fourth interception of the night thrown by Aller. Hamrick has 2 of them. Yeah, Hamrick among the stars tonight on defense for the Blue Devils, along with Quentin McKinley and Andrew Haber. And again, another opportunity for the Blue Devil offense here to grind out time with 3:16 to go, leading by 7. Brandon Koenig will check in the backfield. Just saw McKinley in there as well. He's in a wing to the left. And they gave it to Koenig, but right when he got the football, the Bees, I think Andrew Delac came in, and Delac almost got the handoff there. That's a loss of about 4. Second down and 14. Fritz ready. He's got Koenig next to him. 2:42 and counting to play here in the football game. Blue Devils 28, Bees 21. Medina with only 1 timeout remaining. Second and long. They'll go on the ground. Koenig's got it at the 25, and Spatney amongst those to make the tackle at about the 26-yard line. Clock still runs. The Bees will not use the timeout here and presumably wait till after third down to use it. Third and 11. Fritz has Koenig to his right, McKinley on a wing, and then he's got Jake Dye out wide right. You wouldn't think you'd see anything real fancy here. Yeah, it's going to be Koenig getting the carry, and on a second effort, got back to about the 27-yard line for about a yard. Bees will use their last timeout with 1:39 to go. Andrew Delac lost his hat, but helped make the tackle. But the Bees are going to get another shot here. 4th and 10 with 1:39 to go. Brunswick took the early lead tonight, 7-0 on a Fritz to Charette touchdown pass. Medina countered with it was back and forth most of the night. Aller touchdown pass to Hensley, 2 of them in the first half, in fact. It was 21-14 at the half, 28-14 at the end of 3, and now 28-21. As we said, just gift-wrapped opportunities tonight for the Bees. They haven't been able to take advantage of them. They've had penalties. They've had turnovers. As Jake Dye will punt, now double safeties, both Jackson and Schramm deep to receive. And it's going to be Jackson with the catch at the 33, outside to the 40, cuts back in, and down he goes, back at the 38-yard line. Now, Jackson stopped. He probably would have been better advised just to take something and keep going. And guess who made that tackle on special teams? Quentin McKinley. I mean, he's down footballs at the 1-yard line tonight. He's made sacks, TFLs, tackles on special teams. Superb performance. So Medina, with no timeouts, will take over at their own 38-yard line with 1:27 to go. 62 yards away from possibly tying or taking the lead. Empty backfield, 5 wides for Drew Aller. He's ready. Gets the snap, pops one over the middle. Pass caught at the 43 and immediately put down is Schramm. He's been that safety valve for a good part of this night. Connor Som on the tackle and a flag down. False start against the Bees right as Aller got the snap. So make it 2nd and 9. 1:10 to go in the football game. Watch it down on the near side. 2 officials are having a conversation with Mark Pinzoni, the head coach of the Blue Devils. Not precisely sure what's going on. Okay, so the referee, after having the conversation with Mark Pinzoni, is required to go talk to Larry Laird. And it looks like they're wiping out the penalty. No penalty, 2nd down and 4. Aller looks left, throws left, pass caught, 1st down. Jackson's got it at midfield and out of bounds. Clock stops, 1:04 to go. 28-21, Brunswick over Medina. For some of you just joining us here, just saw that push alert come out. From Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium, I'm Dave DeNatale. Happy to have you with us here as we're down to the wire here in Medina County. Aller is ready, gets the shotgun snap, throws left side, pass broken up and incomplete. Trying to throw it to Juwan Jackson over on the left side, and Conan Som came in and broke it up. 2nd and 10 at midfield. The Hensleys are out wide right, Drew and Luke, along with Matt Rudolph. Jackson and Schramm wide left. Empty backfield for quarterback Drew Aller. Gets the snap with time. Rolling left. Throws left, incomplete. Nobody open. In the direction of Juwan Jackson, who was well covered again by Conan Som, but that was more or less just get rid of it because there was nobody open. 3rd down and 10. 53 seconds to play in the football game. Keep an eye on Schramm, who's slot left. They'll throw right, incomplete, looking for Rudolph, trying to throw to him on a quick hitter, and I don't think Matt was quite expecting it. And it sets up a 4th and 10, and the last gasp for the Bees at midfield with 50 seconds to play. Medina with no timeouts remaining. Now, the shame of it is, if they make that connection with Rudolph, he had open real estate ahead of him. 4th in the game here for the Medina Bees at midfield. They need 4th and 10. 5 wide receivers. Here's Aller. Being blitzed. Throws, and it is caught by Rudolph, but short of the 1st down because Dave Hamrick made another great play by the Blue Devil defense. Put him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down, and Brunswick will take over with 45 seconds to go, and Medina cannot stop the clock. Again, can't say enough about some of the performances tonight on the Brunswick defense, most notably Dave Hamrick and Quentin McKinley. Brunswick can go to a knee here and wrap this baby up and get win number 1 here in 2020 as the Medina faithful on the far side start to head to the exits. Give me another tough pill to swallow for the Bees. Fritz will go to a knee. Takes a couple steps back to be sure. And I think going to have to run one more play here, and then that'll do it. So Medina's going to fall to 0-2. Brunswick improves to 1-1. Yeah, this was about as hard fought as you can get. Fritz will go to a knee. That's going to do it. Brunswick Blue Devils get their first win in 2020 as they beat their Medina County rivals, the Bees of Medina, by a count of 28-21. Again, I chuckle. It's just because of the side of it. The coaches can't, you can't do high fives. You can't shake hands. It's one of the great things about high school football and the sportsmanship. You can't see that. Basically, Larry Laird and Mark Pinzoni had to give each other, wave at each other and nod each other for a game well played tonight. But it's going to be a victory for the Blue Devils. And it's going to, I'm quite sure, bring a smile to the face of one Jake Charette, the talented senior who is having a monster game tonight for Brunswick before leaving the game with an injury and being carted off the field and taken by ambulance to the hospital in the third quarter. So I would imagine that will bring a smile to that young man's face. The Blue Devils had to fight and claw tonight, but getting those performances that they needed defensively, and I mean, there were others, but McKinley and Hamrick amongst those were terrific tonight. Really made Drew Aller uncomfortable throwing the football, and more than enough offense in the first half. The Blue Devils were able to get with Fritz throwing the ball and Charette doing what he did to get the receiving touchdown and setting up a touchdown. And, you can't say enough. I think Ethan Fritz and Nick Vedini executing a couple of those screens, one to keep a drive going that set up a touchdown and one that scored a touchdown behind that offensive line. And the Blue Devils did what they had to do tonight, and they get the victory. And it is something that, it's going to be interesting to see going further, how that impacts them, being able to fight and claw their way to a win while Medina drops to 0-2. I see the face of one Tyler Carey here tonight. I mentioned this earlier, TC, because of breaking news in the shooting situation of the Cleveland police officer. We've been in breaking news mode, so you've been in breaking news mode, but I'm happy to see you here for postgame.
Dino, the feeling is mutual. I'm certainly happy to see you. Obviously, it's been a very difficult day for the Cleveland Division of Police. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody at the department. Thoughts and prayers also with Jake Charette as well. The very scary injury. Listening to it, you could just kind of feel the tension in the stadium as he went down. But all in all, a pretty good game. I think a very good game. Medina really just hung around, surprisingly, it seemed like, throughout the entire contest. And in the end, you mentioned it, they had that chance to win this ball game, and Brunswick hung on. And I think this is a very big win for the Blue Devils and what was a very crucial game for both teams.
Yeah, neither team could afford to start 0-2. And TC, I thought tonight that Brunswick, it wasn't spectacular, but they just found ways. They found ways to move the football. They got the ball to Charette when they needed to, and he's their most talented offensive player. And defensively, they just never let Aller get comfortable tonight. And Aller was already dealing with the bad ankle. And as the game wore on, his comfort level was, got worse and worse, so to speak. And it made it hard for Medina to move the football.
Well, what really impressed me was, when you pick off a D1 recruit quarterback like Drew Aller 4 times on defense, you're clearly doing your job. And the other thing that really caught my eye was the way they were able to regroup after Charette went down. Now, that could be a major factor down the road if he is not able to play anymore. But the fact that they were able to get back up off the mat, say, all right, we're still in this game. We're still in control of this game. Let's go and win it. And they did that. They did not let that get to them. And I'm sure that they made their teammate very proud when they pulled out this win.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I don't know. Have you got a chance to follow any action elsewhere tonight?
Yes, I have. I have had. I can't give you. It's mostly just looking at the scores. I can't give you a lot of the details. I'm sure we'll go more into that as we when we do our preview show on Wednesday. But some of the notable finals tonight in the GCC, Mentor did beat Euclid 27-12. Was the final in that one. Not the blowouts that we were seeing from Mentor last year when they made that run to the state semifinal, but win's a win nonetheless. Strongsville, your alma mater, in their season opener beat Elyria 21-12. Elsewhere, the team we covered last week, Brecksville Broadview Heights, they lost to Hudson 38-28. The Explorers are now 2-0. They're off to a very impressive start. Avon, another nail biter, beating Olmsted Falls 35-32 in some Southwest Conference action. Olmsted Falls, obviously a very good team, but the Eagles pulled that one out. Avon Lake, who Avon beat last week, they certainly recovered. They beat Berea Mid Park 63-14 was the final in that contest.
Frustration from last week.
Yes. We talked about how they'd be motivated. They certainly were on this Friday. Benedictine beat St. Vincent St. Mary 42-28. Very big matchup between two of the region's better Catholic schools. And one more, Nordonia just edged out Barberton 41-40 was the final in that game. So some very, very close matchups around Northeast Ohio tonight, including this one, Dino.
Yeah, absolutely. So this went down to the wire tonight, but Brunswick was able to hold off a late surge by Medina to win it 28-21. More scores on our site and our app, WKYC.com and the WKYC app. So follow along all night long. And TC, I'll see you back Wednesday, and we'll start looking ahead. We're going to be halfway through the regular season, getting ready here for next week.
It seems very strange, doesn't it? But you know what? I think we've talked about this the first 2 weeks. The returns have been excellent. The football has been as advertised, and I'm excited to see it through all the way to the end.
All right, partner, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by here to help me wrap things up. We'll do it again next week.
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right. Big thanks to – we got to thank everybody. But thanks back at our WKYC studios, Brian Crane keeping us on the air tonight and taking good care of us as he does. Thanks to John Justice, the athletic director here at Brunswick High School. And we thank you. This has been our pleasure here to be out here these first couple of games, and we're loving high school football. It's a little different, but it's still the same, and we love it. All right, for Tyler Carey, I'm Dave DeNatale. Thanks for watching and listening tonight. Again, your final from Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium, the Brunswick Blue Devils 28 and the Medina Bees 21. Have a good night, everyone.